world has changed. Gone to hell, more like. It started when magic came back. The awakening, some call it. You're rubbing elbows with orcs, elves, even trolls these days. Meanwhile, megacorps bleed the world dry, one board meeting at a time. They own just about everything. But not us. We're Shadowrunners. Mercenaries, operating in the margins, working dangerous jobs for the desperate and the powerful. Being a runner takes more than skill and street smarts. You want to live long enough to get paid, you'll need a team, the right talent for the job. Maybe that's a mage, someone who can fry your enemies with deadly spells. A good decker can jack into the Matrix and bypass the toughest security without leaving a trace. Adepts, riggers, shaman, and don't forget your street samurai. Packing enough firepower and cyberware to take on a small army. Man, magic, and machine. Takes it all to survive in the shadows. Welcome to the sprawl.
Hi, guys! I don't know what they're talking about, but welcome to Shadowrun Corporate Sins! My name is Lauren, and I will be your GM for this evening. And all other evenings. I don't know. And this night is like all other nights.
Passover's not for a few months.
Shh. Quiet.
I'm sorry, Pesach.
Are you being snippety today?
Yes,
Isn't he always? Welcome to Shadowrun. For those of you before, you are going to be tabletop RPG of the Shadowrun system, where there is cyberpunk and magic and all of those things smushed together in one fine dandy adventure of sadness for everyone is probably what will be happening. But before we get into that, some announcements from our channel, Hyper RPG, a hyperactive interactive channel. Remember, you can still subscribe with Twitch Prime. And this month, I believe The War of Mine is free with Twitch Prime. It was in capital letters, so I read it like that. We are currently, what?
Is it like the mine as in this is my war, or like the mine as in like we're gonna dig up some ore?
The problem is that is the exact same spelling, Claudia.
I realize that now.
So I have no idea.
I'd like to think of it as the mines for like several of those Pixar, with seagulls. Mine.
And it's just playing that. That is literally the only dialogue in the game. Excellent. And remember, if you do subscribe with Twitch Prime, you need to resubscribe every month because it does not automatically renew. We are currently 4 this many, not 8, 4 subscribers away from the next Steam Key giveaway. What? Other things to remember is that during our show, if you tip $10 with the name of one of our players' names, or characters, I should say, or the GM, my name, Lauren, don't forget that one, that individual will have access to their beaker and or bucket of dice with which to roll and make themselves more awesome. 1 die per $10 donation or tip. Other fun things that happen if you're a subscriber to this channel, you get access to our subscriber Discord, where the metagame plays out, which is the game that you may have watched Rai deliver the news for prior to our installment. They also influence things like who became the governor of the Seattle Metroplex. And then I said, no, that doesn't happen because I'm the GM, guys. You know how this works. At least it doesn't ever work the way you think it's going to. And then the corporations are like, we'd like you to do this run. And I'm like, sure, it's going to be great for everyone. Mostly great for me.
Stop it! Everyone just stop it!
Stop what, Claudia? Would you like me to stop talking? Because I will never stop talking. Fang is dead.
Oh. It's gonna be one of those runs.
It's gonna be great! I have no idea who's on camera right now. It's great.
We're all on camera.
Perfect. Alrighty. And last but not least, reminder that tonight we have Honesty Hour after the show starting at about 10 p.m. with Zach and Rai, those people who do stuff on the channel. You may have heard of them. Let's introduce our players because they've already begun sassing me. There's no table behind me like there normally is. Oh well. Let's
throw it on the
good.
ground.
It's all good. I just put it on the floor. It's not littering. That's where it belongs. Who are you?
I've been asking myself that. Hi, my name is Dan Poslins, and I am at Dan Poslins on Twitter. And I play Mordecai, the Dwarven Mage, who supports the team with spells and spirits. And he's a dwarf. That's
Oh, really?
I thought it was
Dwarven
worth
mage
repeating.
Who is a dwarf?
Yep.
Hi, I am Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite on Twitter and Twitch, and I play Mainframe, our party's elven decker. A decker is like a hacker. They manipulate the wireless matrix full of digital representations of devices and people and things, and she cleans up our messes and is also an elf. The elven decker who's also an elf.
It's repeating helps.
I'm taking your lead.
Great.
Is it my turn? Do I go? Okay. Hi, I'm Claudia, or Jackie Dash on the internet. JAKIDASH. Ding. There's no ding in my name. I just say it because it's the jingle. You can find me on the Twitch and Twitter on that. But I also play Fang, who is our orc, who's a cyborg and a street samurai, and uses swords like katana and guns like a mad person.
I'm Tony. I'm at El Beefus on pretty much everything out there. I play Cromwell, who was an innocent troll butler until one day Lauren cut his eyes out, sliced him open, and he was forced to become a Shadowrunner. What runs the shadows is an adept who fights blind with his magic fists.
I have no idea what he said. I assumed it was Lauren is the best GM, blah, 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 blah. Oi, governor!
Actually, what I said was that you cut my eyes out.
It's really all you hear, isn't it?
Side note, we're on,
It is.
as I just learned, the boom table.
Boom table.
Boom table, what's your table today?
What's the
The ship
boom-
table.
The ship table?
You really were lost without me.
And
I had
am
something
Lauren.
and then I lost it.
Are you done?
No, I
Are
can't
you done?
remember the thing I
I
had.
can wait for you.
All right.
If you forgot, you're a dwarf.
Yes,
Dwarven
thank
mage.
You have your character
Right.
sheet.
I do. I'm not Claudia.
She only forgot her character sheet once.
I didn't need it.
I'm Lauren, your GM at Random Tuesday on Twitter and at Random Tues, TUES on Twitch. You can find me there when I'm not here.
Shakalaka Town.
What does that even mean?
It's like boom shakalaka. Never mind.
Oh,
Shakalaka.
Janet had an aneurysm.
I was confused.
The night is young.
It's still not out of the question.
I thought it was a reference to something in the 70s, so I just smiled and
I
laughed.
thought it was like humbug. It's just a word.
Previously on Shadowrun Corporate Sins. So much power. Previously. Our runners, MMFEC, who right now are MMFEC. There's no ek. There's
No
ek.
vowels.
There's no vowel tonight. We're hired by
needs 'em?
the Draco Foundation to acquire a eyeball, specifically a drone eyeball that was no longer inside the person's head. It was meant to leave, and the individual Toth, a reporter in the Seattle area, an independent reporter, had managed to get a recording of a dragon, possibly leaving the Shiawase headquarters building. No one else had managed to capture any evidence of it. Anyone who stated they had seen it was immediately dismissed as being cray-cray and sent along their merry way.
That Shadowrun slang.
Shadowrun slang, cray-cray. So they successfully reacquired the drone eyeball. They did some investigating in the Shiawase building and discovered that a Saderkrupp executive had taken that eyeball and placed it into their personal storage, not holding it at the Saderkrupp facility. So somehow Saderkrupp is involved with this and no one really knows, and the footage definitely showed a large dragon leading the Shiawase headquarters building. So there's some pretty solid evidence. Yeah.
I'm very curious, was the dragon like wearing sunglasses and like a hoodie? Like how does a dragon try to leave without being noticed?
So I will describe to you what the footage showed.
We haven't seen it yet.
So what I presume happened, we can pick up like right where we left off if you guys want to describe your final escape from the storage facility in Ballard and then maybe the delivery of said eyeball, because that's really where we're at.
We're cheesing it.
Were we cheesing it?
We were definitely
Skillfully
running.
exit the building without being
Picture.
caught.
Cromwell's-
Right, we cheesed it.
We cheesed
We
it.
cheesed
it
it.
professionally.
Elsie as the snitch. She's riding on Cromwell's shoulder.
Right.
He's running toward you two.
I'm in the
out straight
van.
out
I
the
believe
door.
I was in the van.
You two are being shot at by one remaining guard.
Yeah, and there was a spirit or something too, and
Right, and we
But-
just kept running.
yes, we found out finally what we're good at as a team is running away.
ABR, always be running.
And Mainframe saved us because she was like,
That seems pretty likely.
let's not die by bullets. Get and die.
I remember I kept like setting up consecutive mana barriers that the
Yes.
spirit would break through, and I just kept doing it again and again and again until I guess the spirit got tired of chasing us.
So that was a while.
I didn't say it was fun.
Or maybe Sharky managed to eventually defeat the spirit. That's possible.
It's more interesting, I guess.
Mainframe was much more a fan of this strategy as opposed to shooting through her back windows and causing her to have to take the van in again. So she was all on board with this back barrier plan. More's the barrier.
Ah! Ah!
Wait, I wasn't listening. Can you repeat the joke?
All I said was, More's the barrier. Instead of more's the merrier, but then it took him a second.
Ah!
Let's keep
Yeah, let's keep
explaining
moving.
it.
Let's keep moving. Nothing to see here.
And we lost Claudia. We are already 2 players down. So you successfully left with complete efficiency and stealth and just an amazing amount of grace. They departed the storage facility and probably, I presume, made your way more or less straight to delivering the eyeball to Toph, who was the one who requested it back.
You know,
That
I
it was
might
theirs.
have just taken a quick look at it digitally to see if I could perhaps make a copy of the file. Since it's here, knowledge is power.
So you notice that there is some pretty strong encryption on the information in there. You could certainly take some time and hack your way through it. You'll find like a rating 3 data bomb on it to protect any of the information that does get stored on there. So it automatically encrypts it and then data bombs it. That's part of the setup within the tech. So if you want to take some time to do that, you certainly can. But Toph will definitely know that you did that. So.
I'll refrain. You just need to check. It would be
Yeah.
remiss of me not to check.
Of course.
I think Toph would probably give us a copy of it if we promise not to distribute it to any media sources.
Literally the entire agreement.
Yes.
that you return the eyeball and then he provides
yeah.
you
Oh, that's right. He did
copy
say
of
that.
the footage.
Okay, do we have to then give that to Miss J, or do we get to then keep a picture of dragons? Because then at this point we've
The
seen 2
footage
dragons.
then goes to Miss J.
We've seen 2 dragons, which means
Or you get Toph to send Miss J a
Okay.
copy of it as well.
there will be some point where we get magically gifted when we see enough dragons, right? That's why the entire game.
Oh, you're already gifted, Fang.
It's
Oh, I think we're the wrong ship table over here.
Oh, I didn't
Don't worry. We can be the shakalaka table.
Oh, you.
I really want you guys to do like a call and response, like boom, shaka.
Oh, we could do that.
why he
But wait, let's do it at the end of the show so we're not distraction. God, Lauren.
I feel like now we've made the promise, like we better deliver on this. So
Well, we'll see if we earn it.
We'll do it organically,
yeah, it will just come.
where it comes up naturally in the narrative.
you deliver the eyeball to Toph.
going so
Who will arrange a meeting with you. This time it will be at a lovely swanky speakeasy style bar. Toph is very stylish.
Pull out the dress.
You learn. Oh, yeah. He'll buy you a drink. Completely platonically, you know.
Of course.
He just doesn't swing that way.
Can you describe him for people who might have just been?
Oh, Toph is my favorite. I have many favorites, but Toph is one of them. He is an incredibly, impeccably stylish. I believe when you go to the lovely the speakeasy, it's probably like the bathtub moonshine, the moon bath. That's what it'll be called, moon bath.
Okay.
Classy. So you head over there, and he's delightfully dressed this time. Instead of a brocade blazer, it is a very slim-fitting like tuxedo style jacket, so it's got the nice shawl collar that's a satin.
Nice.
It looks at first like you think it might be sequins or rhinestones, and then you realize it is tiny LED lights.
Of course.
And they're constructing just like a pattern that seems to be shifting, but it's very tasteful designs. It looks like a Missoni, sort of that kind of zigzaggy variations in color that are just shifting slowly. A black satin shirt underneath it. Top 3 buttons are undone. The hair is coiffed beautifully, like a peacock. There's just a streak of LED lights that are matching the jacket, so the pattern is the same.
Wait. He buttoned the bottom of the vest?
No, the top 3 buttons are unbuttoned on his shirt.
Oh, on the okay.
Sure,
I was
the satin
worried
shirt.
for a minute here.
Would have had to kill him.
Do that.
I think so. I mean, he's defending King Edward, I believe.
Some lovely like Oxford shoes with bright colored laces, like a sort of unexpected pop of color. A very straight eye, like it's a dramatic cat eye sort of eyeliner, and dark purple lipstick, because why not? There we go. That's tough. Dark hair.
Quite.
Well, we're very happy to
Good
be
hat.
reuniting you with the rest of your ensemble.
And he's like, I won't take it out now, because that I need to go to the professional to get the eyeball replaced, and like he has the one eyeball that's like the beautiful, clearly well done cyberware, and then the other one that's just kind of subpar. And he's not going to. He's an amateur when it comes to cyberware. He's not going to just like pop it out of his own head and get the drone put back in. So he'll be very grateful. Thank you so much for returning this to me. And I presume you would like a copy of the footage yourself. Is there anyone else I'm supposed to be sending it to you, or will you take care of that?
I can take care of that if you send it to me. I'll make sure. We'll be distributing it to Miss J from the Draco Foundation nationally.
Yes. She was the one who contacted me. Seems very good, I guess, at what she does. I don't really know.
I think that is an accurate description.
Well, she clearly hired some professionals who quite successfully retrieved this, and I'm very. Where did you end up finding it, by the way?
Oh, with a bit of stuff, bit of a collector.
Interesting.
Ballard.
Did you go in?
We all did.
You're all at the speakeasy.
That's why we're so fancy,
What did
can't you
guys-
tell?
What did you order? I'm sorry, I just need to know what everyone's drinking now.
An aviator.
Oh.
Is the gentleman Toph drinking anything?
Top is drinking a Scarlet Pamplemousse.
Sure, that.
Drinking an old fashioned.
Oh, good.
I ordered a glass of slightly dirty water, and they looked at me weird, and
They
then
gave
just
you
gave me
coffee.
regular. Oh, they gave me coffee.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Could be a
Filter
problem.
coffee in Italy is referred to sometimes as agua sporca, which just means dirty water. The bartender was like, okay, I give you coffee, and this is clearly what you want.
So now I'm just glaring at the bartender.
Well, thank you very much. He'll finish his drink and say, I should probably go process this information and get out a report.
We look forward to reading it.
Thank you.
We will continue to follow your exploits with interest.
I'm glad I have fans.
Your jacket has lights on it.
It does.
Aren't you worried you'll be seen?
That's not a particular concern. Sometimes the best way to blend in is to stand out.
I do have one question. Your drone, it found itself in the park near the building where you lost it, but someone from Seder Krupp knew it was there and picked it up. Have any enemies or someone who'd be tracking your location?
I don't think that's a personal one. There were some rumors that I'd heard about the involvement of Seder Krupp with Shiawase. I suspect they are working together and don't necessarily want anyone to know about it, including other individuals within their organizations.
Yeah, it's particularly interesting that it was being stored at a third-party location.
I'm fairly certain you've heard about the clones, yes?
You're familiar with the clone situation.
Yeah.
I have some sources that have indicated that Shiawase has been doing this intentionally, and that there's magic involved. And that's where the dragon came from.
The dragons involved with the clones.
Yes.
That's exactly what we
That's-
needed.
That's not good news.
No. No, it is not.
If they can change a species of the clone, maybe they try to clone it into a dragon.
Oh boy, that's a
Nothing
bad
could
idea.
go wrong with that.
Dragon was likely an unintentional consequence.
That's a very unfortunate
Yeah.
unintended consequence.
That's not like accidentally setting fire to a tree or something like that.
I mean, I'm not a magic person. I don't really understand how it works, but presumably, if astral rifts were involved, I have a source that indicates that it might have been. They are more inclined in magic than I am.
Before we go, Thoth, do you have any insights about the upcoming election? Are you concerned?
I can't say I'm particularly a fan of any number of the candidates, and certainly doesn't seem like some of them have the legal precedent to actually be running. There's been an odd influx of both non-UCAS citizens, as well as potentially those without sins attempting to run for the position of office, and fortunately that's not allowed, so we'll have to see if it sorts itself out.
Well, if you find yourself in any need of services, it's nice to make your acquaintance. Perhaps we'll cross paths again.
It's been a pleasure. I don't believe I met some of you before.
Oh, I'm Cromwell. It's nice to meet you.
Yes, okay, great.
Do you mean me? Yes. Fang. I watched through somebody else's eyes, so I just assumed I knew you. Sorry, happens all the time.
Of course you did.
And I am Mordecai, legendary Towel Mage.
No.
Haven't heard of a towel mage before.
You will.
Big Papa, no. This is fancy.
Fascinating. It's been a pleasure. I will imagine you will be hearing some more details over the next month or so as the reports come out and the sources are more forthcoming. So he'll finish his drink and head on his way. You guys can choose to stay or leave.
No, I don't like this place.
This place is terrible.
Pretty nice.
They make
Nice.
the worst dirty water I've ever had.
I'm with
You
Big
just
Papa.
needed to be specific about what the dirt was. Different people have different ideas about dirt, especially when it comes to culinary flavoring.
I shouldn't have to explain myself. It's just water that's not cleaned or purified or anything like that.
It's called tap water.
Tap water. Okay.
Yeah. That'll get you
Fine.
better results.
Tap water. Excuse me.
You consider like carrying a tiny vial of dirt with you?
It's not about polluting the water
Oh, okay.
that was already there.
Just dip your towel in the water and I sure will get it.
What was that about my towel, Fang?
I go up to the bar and ask for tap water and bring it back.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that happens.
You're welcome.
This is nice.
See, we're just having a nice drink. Like civilized people, we haven't blown anything up in the building. This is nice.
I'm sorry, I was just a little stressed coming off of that run.
Hey, Fang, do you want to dance? Dance? Do you want to dance?
Dang.
What is going on over there?
I want to try something. I've never
Roll
tried
a
before.
slight aneurysm.
Sure, let's do it.
So,
All right.
Blind Troll wants to dance. Excuse me, dance.
Dance.
Yes.
That's how the fancy
There's
people
a
call
flash
it.
of light and wings appear on Cromwell's feet. He becomes very light-footed.
Great.
Well,
Is that how it's
before,
supposed
that's
to
how we
work?
moved through the building.
What's
I
that?
just didn't expect to see it in this context.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, that works. I don't know what. Can you still lead?
Yeah, I'll know how to lead. Of course I do.
I just quietly start recording
I
and
completely know
broadcast
how
to
to
Elsie.
lead.
Dude, where is Elsie?
She
by the
can't
way?
come in the bar.
That's fair. I feel like that wouldn't have stopped her.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
I think it was past the bedtime and she needs to study
She's
for the
studying
GED.
for the GED.
That's
So
right.
I dropped
she
her
did,
off at her place.
She did mention that was coming out.
Well, she took a rocket launcher with her. I don't know why she needs that.
You never.
Might be on the test.
It can't hurt.
You never.
Well,
asked.
It could
It
hurt.
pretty much only hurts,
Yeah.
but
My performance for it.
Do I roll? What?
is this an opposed test?
This can be agility.
Great. That is something that I'm quite
And I
good
don't
at.
know what bonus I get for the light-footedness. I feel like I get some.
I mean, I didn't realize we were running this as a test. I assumed this was going to be done narratively.
I want to know how
so,
well I can dance.
I didn't fall over.
I mean, dancing isn't really a thing that's on here.
Perform, isn't it?
Swing dancing is a little gymnastic. It is swing music on
Performance
here.
falls under charisma, and that's more,
Oh boy.
Maybe.
more like a
Well, there's
verbal performance.
gymnastics.
Well,
Gymnastics.
Yeah, well, gymnastics will work.
okay.
Oh, nice.
Let me
I-
roll
I'll take
one more
gymnastics.
dice.
Give her a fighting chance.
Yeah, that worked really well.
My good perform was just my invitation for you to dance.
Yes,
Yeah.
it worked.
Very
Pass.
classy.
I got 3. I assume that she has been to a police ball before. And like, as technology trains their children somewhat,
For it.
so we can keep up. Did you remember the
How many-
blindness?
That's
How many
good.
hits did you roll?
3 hits and 4 hits.
Yeah,
we're
like you're
good.
not the best looking people on the dance floor, but
Oh.
like.
But we
you're-
take up more of the dance
you
floor
take
than
up a
like
lot of
any
the
of the other
space.
couples.
So, by the way, it's a tiny, like, little speakeasy, like, in a basement, so there isn't actually a dance floor.
We made a dance
Nice. Well, I'll use my light-footedness to try to knock over any tables.
Yeah.
We'll just
And,
dance
and you
floor there.
succeed in not bumping into anyone and knocking over people.
Mainframe 3. Is it weird that they're dancing and that we're not?
You want to dance?
I'm not saying I want
how
to
you
dance.
dance.
I'm just saying we're still runners. We need to fit in, don't we?
Sure, Mordecai. Let's fit in. I'm game if you are.
It may not work out height-wise.
It's all right. I can improvise. I don't know if you know, but I am a dance champion in the Matrix.
I did not know that, but I'm not surprised to hear it.
Alright.
What?
Give me a gymnastics.
Oh.
3 hits. I have successfully adapted for the height.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh no, I did get a hit. Okay.
A hit.
I got 1 hit.
Mordecai's style of dancing is more in the form of. Yep.
Oh, you're voguing. I've seen this before.
He's begging.
Okay.
That's what he does. He
Can
kind of stands on the floor and looks a little confused.
I suppose 3 hits is not quite enough to maybe get him in a lift or something.
That would need to be a strength check.
Okay, yeah, we don't do strength checks here. That's not a thing we have dice
Did you
to
want
do.
to lift glass?
No.
Fang?
Oh, I mean,
or
I
dip
want to-
her?
I could throw her to Mordecai to catch.
good luck.
If we die, like, not on a run. but-
All right, here's what I do. I wrap her up and I spin you out
Ooh.
toward
Okay.
Mordecai to
Yeah.
catch.
all right. And when
Reaction and intuition.
okay, sure, that's
I want
fair.
to run back
Catch her.
up on this so that if he misses,
Yeah.
I'm going to position myself so I can catch him.
So reaction and intuition.
Can I use gymnastics to aim?
Tactics to aim.
I'm so nervous. What's my reaction and
I
intuition
use
again?
throwing
You
weapons.
use it all the time.
I know.
You're a weapon.
Actually, I guess it's throwing weapons.
Okay. No, this is working out. I got 5 hits.
If I get 0 hits, but 1 fail, is
Yep.
that a glitch?
It is a glitch.
Okay, but
No,
it's
it's not.
No,
Yeah,
because it's not
no.
over 50,
It's
right?
not a
okay.
glitch at all. No, Jesus.
So
Okay.
I see her coming.
Yeah.
And I am going to very elegantly cast levitate on her and levitate her up and like into my arms.
Sure, she gets
How many hits did you get?
4 hits throwing her.
It's
4 hits.
it's mostly from surprise.
So Fang flies across the room. It is a small room. It is not a large space. There was never a dance floor.
There is now.
There's music playing.
Several people who are yelling, like at this point, being like, "Oi! What are you doing?"
Cockney
We're-
bird?
Yeah, there's one person. He's from England.
Wait, what about the Italian guy who gave dirty water?
The bartender, he's Italian, you know. He goes like this. Parla italiano?
Okay.
So you go flying across the room. You can, I mean, let's like, I don't think you get I don't think you can cast levitate. I think you can catch her. Only Fang did not spin out with any grace or form. So she is like a spinning top of
God.
arms, and it just cannot like. 5 people's drinks on the floor.
I want to try to catch them.
And then you catch her like in a bear hug.
All right.
You are like plopped on top of him.
MMFEC strikes again.
No, sorry.
Strikes again.
Do you want to try and catch the glasses?
Yes, I'm a butler. I always try to catch falling glasses.
Reaction and intuition, I guess.
Nice.
This is the most fun I've ever had on a run.
Wow. Well, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
Okay, roll a d6.
3.
You catch 3 glasses.
1 foot, 2 arms.
Yeah.
I go over and divest him of the glass.
At this
Those
point,
are fine Italian china.
are they gonna actually kick us
This
out?
Venetian glassware. Yes.
Okay, because I really
Please
want
leave my bar.
Come on, main friend.
Well, I think our work here is
what are we
done.
doing?
I'm gonna like get up badly and just like arm both over you two, assuming because you're near each other.
She's dizzy.
Let's go.
All right.
It's fine. It's like this, more like.
Yeah, it's there's a height differential. You have to. I don't know if it's actually helpful to you.
It's not, but it is there.
If you're gonna do spins like that a lot, we'll have to talk about spot turns.
Yeah. I would love to spot the turn.
Well, I think this run went just about as well as we could have hoped.
Well, it went fantastic. We got the thing, and I even wore my pants on the way out of the target location.
Everyone in the Seattle Metroplex is grateful for the fact the pants happened.
When did clothing become optional?
Ciao, my
Runners.
Italian friend.
I slip him an extra bit of credit for the shenanigans.
Grazie. So, I don't know why the bartender was Italian, but he is now.
I can speak easy.
In fact, I presume delivers the data to Miss J, who is thankful. You are paid your usual retainer for the month, and over the next month or so, September passes fairly uneventfully, and as well, not entirely. I'm going to tell you what happens in the news over the next 6 weeks.
boy, okay. I'm ready.
So the leak or the information is reported that a number of individuals are suspected of being clones of Arslan, and there's some significant evidence. They found both the gentleman that was found raving on the street was picked up, and they also found that Krun the Barbarian is a genetic clone that has been engineered to be a clone of Arslan, the former CEO of Shiawase. So there is a significant amount of debate that goes back and forth in the media as well as politically about what are clones' rights. Like Krun has an as technology sin, but they suspect that it is a forged sin, as clones do not officially exist and are not recognized as individuals that are allowed to be sin or have sins. There's also some suspicion that a significant amount of magic was involved in creating false memories and personalities for these individuals who were cloned, and because they did some, the individual who was found to believe, to some extent he was Arslan, had a less effective form of that magic performed on him, and so Krun's, his cognitive stability and mental stability is under question. And so eventually he resigns from the race and is no longer running as a candidate for governor and kind of disappears. As technology doesn't necessarily acknowledge that they know anything about this, they're like, who is this Krun you're speaking of? And there is a significant amount of concern about this individual. And some people start arguing that, well, clones have rights, they obviously have their own memories, they should be allowed. And then other people throw it back and saying, well, this individual doesn't have memories, they have false memories, they shouldn't have been given a sin, and so on and so forth. Another number of other candidates come and go from the election pool. Several of them are dismissed as not being allowed to run for governor, given they are not UCAS citizens. That is typically considered a requirement to run for governor in a UCAS location. Some of them are sinless, in fact, and people wondered why they even got on the ballot. So there's some debate, and then you guys are like, why is Peter Winther on here? And everyone...
It wasn't me.
they suspect that it was just like several hundred write-ins for a candidate, and there was never a confirmed attempt to run by Peter Winther.
I hope Peter Winther is now like a slogan. People like graffiti on walls. I am Peter Winther.
Who is Peter Winther?
I'm Peter Winther. No, I'm Peter Winther.
Yeah,
And wearing
essentially.
Peter Winther masks.
Yeah. People wear Peter Winther masks. Like run through the streets.
streaking? Like what? Why would they run through the
What?
streets?
In protest.
Oh, okay.
They
Peter Winther masks be like,
they weren't
There is
weren't
one-
naked until you made them naked.
Now there is. There is one Peter Winther streaker out there in the Seattle
Who
Metroplex.
is the Peter Winther streaker?
And that becomes
Peter
the predominant news for at least one of the 24-hour news cycles is who is the Peter Winther streaker.
I hope we catch that before January, or we're gonna see Peter Winther's Winter Peter.
We're done here.
You
night,
ruined
everybody.
it.
So the news cycle is largely dominated for a significant period of time of the news of the clones and just the number of people and the scope and scale of this. There's concern about at how far it reaches. Is it beyond the Seattle Metroplex? Obviously, 2 clones were discovered just in Seattle. Does it go beyond that? And so a lot of people and organizations are kind of starting to develop, begin researching down that route and attempt to uncover how deep the plot is. Then the other piece of it is Toth publishes the article releasing the image of the dragon, implicating Shiawase in a botched magic summoning. And then that eventually gets tied to the clones and their magical memories. So there is an implication that Shiawase, through attempting to create these clones, and again, no one knows why they're creating it. They actually refuse entirely to acknowledge that this is happening. The official Shiawase line is that this is not happening and you're all full of lies. You saying very mean things about us. Seder Krupp denies any involvement with Shiawase and with the incident, despite the fact that it is revealed that a Shiawase individual took the drone that had the information on it. But there is a suspicion that the dragon that appeared is somehow as a result of potentially astral rifts. A number of individuals with magical sense were able to determine that there seemed to be some sort of magical resonance in that area that suggested a rift had opened there at some point, and that the dragon was related to that. The image, the footage itself shows, it's a very short flash, essentially shows a significant explosion from the top of the building. A dragon bursts through, seems to kind of still be almost glowing with some resonance of magic, black scales that have a glistening edge of silver that's almost hard to pick out against the night sky. So you could see how a number of people wouldn't necessarily recognize it. Thankfully, cities have a lot of light pollution, so it's against like a hazy orange that we get in Seattle because all of the clouds just reflect all of the street lights. It's great.
Oh.
Did you not know why our sky glowed orange?
No, I just thought that Seattle was.
It was
just
magic.
Go on. I just didn't.
Science,
realize.
children. The clouds reflect the sun, the night light.
I thought I just never looked up. And now it makes sense why all the pictures are orangey.
Yeah, it's because it's all the reflected lights. And then it immediately, very quickly, before it even clears the building, there's kind of a flash of magical energy, and the dragon disappears, and the drone statics, and that's when the footage cuts out. So that has, again, been playing on many, many media sources and just continues to be, who is this dragon? And people are coming out and saying, this is the Surik has returned, and blaming other dragons. And they're like, Loafer, who is this? And Loafer's like, I don't know, it's not a dragon we know. So the Dragon Council is largely denying that they have any knowledge of the existence of this dragon, while people are like, there's clearly a new dragon, and this is a problem, because no one knows where it is or what it is doing. And that brings us to fairly close to the election. So knowing everything that is happening in the world around them, how does MMFEC spend the next 6 or so weeks?
I have like a thing that I can talk about if
Yeah,
that's
do
what
it.
we're doing. Pendleton is old. For an orc,
I'm too old for this.
pretty much. And he's getting really close to retirement.
Literally every time you go visit him, he's like, I'm too old for this thing.
He retires when the after all the paperwork and after the changeover at the city. He's like, this is my last. I can't handle it anymore.
January. The new government starts.
He's ready to retire. He's got a creak in his neck. His cyberware is not working as well.
A creak in his neck?
I'm improving, Lauren. Yes, and me.
Yep. He has a tiny river throwing through his neck.
Think of it, crick.
Or it goes every time he bends.
Probably that. He probably, pension isn't working. Is there Medicare? I don't know. What do old
Doesn't
people
get
care
your
about?
pension until you've actually retired, just so you're clear on that.
Sure. This is my story.
Continue, Claudia. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted you.
So, Pendleton is retiring. So there is a small, little potluck at Lone Star. He invites a couple friends. Fang somehow got an invitation.
Does he still work for Lone Star, or does he work for Knight Air?
That's what I meant.
Okay.
He used to work for Lone Star, and then he got transferred over when the power transferred over.
So contracts.
That was a good time when you did not. Yes, Anna, that was good. Fact checking. Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify.
It's great. So Knight Aaron is having this little shindig, and Fang's on her way, and oh boy, she sends out a really quick email to the squad, being like, guys, I need you to infiltrate Pendleton's office.
And to the squad, you mean us? And
Yes.
not
Oh.
to the police.
Yeah, to you guys.
I
Yeah.
don't have a reaction to this.
You didn't know what was happening.
No.
Wait, I'm
But I
sorry.
MMFEC.
You want us to break into?
No. So there's gonna be a party, and I can distract Pendleton. You need to go into Pendleton's office. There is a box of evidence I need.
You
You want
want?
us to rob the police?
Yes.
They would probably keep the evidence in the evidence.
Then we
locker.
need to get the key that is in the evidence locker.
Why are we doing this?
Well, it seems clear to me they want to have a party and they want the evidence, so we have to steal it from the police because it's the police what has the evidence.
Thank you.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm-
why are we?
Oh.
why
I'm with Mainframe 3 on this one.
Okay.
Normally, we consider ourselves distinguished, slightly different because we don't
Well,
arbitrarily
then I
do
need
runs.
for you to copy the files that are about this evidence so that I can do some more investigating.
What is the evidence? Why are we doing this?
It was the evidence that was there when I got convicted for a crime. And there's lots of evidence there that could suggest who set me up for this crime.
Oh.
And I would like to know who did it.
Well, that's
That's
different.
yeah.
Yes.
That seems.
Because that person has probably not been arrested. Have they? In the last two? Nope, yeah. And Pendleton has refused the many times I asked.
Pendleton's not on the case anymore.
I know. He still refused it.
He's not allowed to.
Problem is, I don't know that I can get my deck inside the police facility.
Probably not.
It's not a small thing for us to. I'm not saying we won't do it. It's just that's trying to steal from the police. I mean, Sharky Attorney at Law was in there, and so he has some idea of the layout. But
I can get in there.
I will. All I am asking is that if I get you all the keys to get in there and get into his office to get as much information as you can before we all decide to leave. And he can't know about this.
Claudia, this is a full-scale run you're proposing. You understand that you literally just asked me to plan a full-scale run on the fly.
I didn't realize it was going to be this big.
Here's my plans. Never mind. Let's do this right now.
Is it possible there's another party after the election that we
You know
can-
what? There is another party after
Probably
the
after
election.
retirement party. I don't know, closer to his actual
Great.
retirement.
I lied. It's in 2 months. Are you willing to do it then?
I'm willing to break into the police station to steal evidence anytime you want, just to be clear. All
Great.
right? It's a standing offer.
I send him a high five emote.
you have my shark as well.
Second high five emote.
I like that all of this was happening over text.
Yeah, and
I mean, we
Mayford,
could
can
do it
you
now,
also clear
like-
the chat logs after we're done.
Oh, you want me to hack your comm links now? Wow, that's.
I mean, I've already given
I mean,
you
you guys
permission.
can erase it yourself. I mean, I'm happy to do
Oh,
it.
if I can do it, that'll be
If
great.
you just
So-
go into the settings menu, I explain how to clear the chat logs.
So Fang, we're not doing it now?
No, we're
Okay,
not doing it right.
Cromwell climbs down from the first floor of the police station where he's already shown up.
Cromwell sees
Slowly
Sharky
walks
like
away.
whistling as he slinks away.
Fram is still in her apartment.
Good.
Thanks.
She
FYI.
disconnects from the police station's host.
Just researching.
Fang goes into Pendleton's office and has a pleasant lunch.
I love you, Claudia. Did you not consider what you
No, I
were
considered it was
planning?
gonna. I thought it was gonna be like 2-5 checks.
I would like to steal evidence from a police station.
It's
Run by Knight Errant.
Run by Knight Errant.
get into door. GMing's not that hard, Lauren. It's get through first door, get through second door, social check. Okay, copy paste, leave.
So, Claudia, tell me, what are the stats on the host?
Oh my goodness.
How do you copy that file if you don't have your deck in there?
Just make it up
Is there
on
a
the
data
fly.
bomb on the
That's
file?
what Lauren does.
Yeah.
It's
is-
11.
That's a really strong host.
Yeah, I just rolled.
That would be terrible. All of your
Yeah, no, I
checks
can't
would
help
be
you there.
against,
I'm
like,
out.
3D dice.
Nice
mean-
knowing you, but I ain't touching that thing.
Sharky will give it a shot.
HDR has
checking.
showed up.
Does Sharky have a
Oh, they're
deck?
in the fucking
Need a
building.
deck, as far as he's concerned.
So this is a preview of
This is a
probably week or
preview.
two.
Lauren.
Welcome to our gaming table.
I'm so happy right now. You have no idea.
You really need Elsie in here. Janine's coming.
So after Fang checks her calendar and realizes that the date was 11/1 and not 1/11, like it was
That's
1/11
what-
and not 11/1, and
I-
she got him confused. So the election, the party is the 11th of January.
That makes sense.
not the 1st of November.
Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this cake that I bought for Pendleton that might have a gun or a key in it. I don't really know.
Where they sell those now.
Yeah, it's kind of like a.
It's a party cake.
Yeah, it's.
Decker pops out and they're holding a gun and a key.
I just figured Fang baked it and forgot what she put in.
Is it made of teeth? Please say it's not made of teeth.
Second, let me roll this one. No teeth.
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't know, there was this one time that
Several
MMFEC, that Mordecai, Fang, and Cromwell were in the van and baked a cake out of teeth.
All right.
And then they wanted me to eat it.
The sixth world is a very serious place.
So now that we know what I'm gonna do in January,
Yeah.
um,
Sorry in advance for now promising that to the internet.
yep, no, that's fine. I'm just gonna write this down so I don't forget. Fang is going to break into the
Her-
police station.
Her own mentor's favorite thing.
Break into.
Evidence is his favorite thing.
I mean, not getting Fang in trouble is one of his favorite
No,
things.
there's probably ways you could social this, but it's fine.
It's cool. When Elsie's there, we can try that. I mean, you are great
can
at
seduce.
you. I
Also,
don't
like
want.
several of you are banned from going into that police
I'm
station.
pretty sure it
because
would-
of Sharky.
But only
You
until
would
Lance
not be able to
Pendleton
seduce him.
retires.
Oh? Is that a
That's
challenge?
He has a
gonna
male
work.
partner.
Pardon?
He has a male partner.
Lance Pendleton's the only one what knows what Cromwell looks like.
Picture. Never mind.
Sharky is very inconspicuous in his lawyer outfit. So
So for other remembering, there was this one time they tried to beat up some troll killers in interrogation after explicitly being told not to, and then a spear was summoned inside the police station after explicitly being told not to. So they were all immediately kicked out, and the alarms went off, and HTR, who was in the building, arrived.
So when you say they, I want to be very clear who the they was.
Is it
Cromwell
us again?
and Mordecai.
There we go.
I was
There's
not-
the they.
Cromwell
Sharky went
punched a
to-
chair and he was thrown out because Knight Errant's racist.
I was in the van. I was nowhere near the scene.
Yeah.
Were we playing cards?
We were playing
And then
cards.
you sent
And then
Sharky, in the
Sharky
middle
really
of the card
wanted to
game.
go.
I do want to say thanks for having my back, though.
Right, any time. Especially for breaking into Knight Errant. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
That is her turn.
About a weekend, you get a call from Cromwell. He says, Elsie's birthday's coming up, and I need you to help me break into the corporate court's orbital satellite in space.
We'll do it right now.
Manfred just hangs up.
No, actually, Cromwell, has Cromwell heard back from Lottie?
No.
He left a message for her. All right. He wants to. He starts a new program with.
Interestingly enough, though, you have still been getting referrals of individuals.
Interesting.
Huh. Oh shoot! I
So
should
you
have
haven't heard any communication from her directly, but there are still people coming to the Magnus and Cromwell Foundation to work, accept jobs, escorting children. Most of them aren't murderers.
Is Lottie still on my payroll?
Yeah.
Excellent. On the Foundation's payroll. I will check in with Fang, and I'll say, you haven't heard anything from Lottie, have you?
No. I should go visit her soon. How do you know about her?
You did get a message from an unknown number that was just like a smiley face and then a heart emoji.
Yeah, but I get those all the time.
I guess I thought I've sent it to the group, but Lottie's not in prison anymore. Well, I've assumed
You
she.
told them. Yeah, you guys all knew.
Oh, then I told them.
I assume she.
Also, there's a pair of legs that came with the emoji. It was just like
Oh, yeah,
smiley
okay.
face, heart, leg.
We were in the middle of the thing, so I didn't get into it, but I have a feeling she didn't leave on legal pretenses.
Oh, now I remember. Yeah, I don't think she left on legal pretenses.
Good with me. I kind of liked her, except for on account of everyone being willing to do evil for Nguyen. But other than that, she was all right.
Yeah.
She wasn't psychotic. So as far as that goes, I'm okay with her not being locked up.
Yeah.
That's Cromwell's threshold.
I
don't care about the law, but I does care about whether you kills anyone who's innocent, and I don't know that she's done that or not.
She's definitely done that.
Are you sure? Maybe you're just...
No, she's definitely told me she's done that.
Oh, well...
That's not how you define innocence. Was how the conversation went while she was in jail.
Oh, we were both in prison. This is a big
Like,
flashback episode.
What do you mean by innocence, you know? They tried to shoot me. After I cut their head off. Not all the way though, I missed.
But I do think that she is a number that we should keep around. I think she's gonna turn another leaf. Once she actually contacts me, not from a burner comlink.
I hope so. I have some work she needs to do. I needed to do some of the work before she turns the leaf, though.
What work is she doing for?
Oh, right, nothing. Just looking into something for me. That's all. Gotta go. Bye. The Magnus and Cromwell Foundation starts a reading for the blind program. And he sends some children to Talia to buy some magical spell books. And he has him read him Dark Tombs as he tries to figure out how sorcery works. He's interested in like seeing beyond and what exists in the world outside that's beyond normal perception. Whatever books he can get. He doesn't understand any of them, but he listens to the children as they read them.
It doesn't help that the kids are not great readers.
Well, hopefully they work on it. He also has someone who can read come in and help them with the hard words.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Cromwell. I can help you read a couple books.
It's nothing's. It's all right. Thanks, mainframe. There's nothing going on here that's bigger than just this. Just to be clear, in case you thought there was.
I don't suppose you've looked into whether there's like a Braille version of this book. It seems sad that you have all this knowledge and you can't access it.
Like an audiobook version?
Of a magical tome.
Tome.
This is some heavy stuff, Cromwell.
Right. Well, Mordecai was telling me a little about sorcery, but He didn't seem to think I'd be able to get it, being an adept and all. But I figure I'd give it a try.
Well, I've always considered that kind of attitude good motivation. So you keep doing you. You keep studying that sorcery.
Thanks, Mainframe. I appreciate that. How's the captain?
You know, things have been going really great, except I haven't heard from him in a couple of days. And I don't know, it's weird. I think, I know he was doing another run for whooshing, and we had been talking some serious stuff. Families and why they're dangerous and stuff like that. And I just hope I didn't scare him away. But thanks for asking,
Well, I doubt you scared him away. I mean, unless you did that elf thing. But,
What?
The elf thing.
Enlighten me.
Oh, well, it's the thing where you sort of are better than other people and you act like it. And then they try to act like themselves and you're like, And you sort of do a thing where you like sigh a little bit, and maybe it's just a sigh, but it might be a sort of judgmental sigh, like 60% judgmental. And then you sort of squint your eyes, and then you're a Decker, so you jack in the Matrix. Sometimes, though, if you're like a magician elf, right, you like disappear onto the astral plane, and you leave the people you're with just hanging there, and they don't know what to do, and they leave, and then you get angry at them when they leave, and you act like it's their fault, even though you weren't exactly available. I mean, just in my... Hypothetically speaking, if I knew other elves, that sometimes that kind of thing happens, I've heard.
Huh. Duly noted. I don't believe that is what transpired between the two of us. But, certainly good to hear your perspective on race relations.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm just saying, if he disappears, give him a chance if he comes back, especially if you're pregnant. Hypothetically. I mean, not that you don't look pregnant or anything. I wasn't saying that. I haven't actually perceived anything. I'm just saying down the road, hypothetically, if you as an elf who was pregnant and your lover disappeared and came back after a while, and you've been sort of elf snooty-like, maybe a little bit of that's on you.
I think we're done for today.
Just like,
All right. Well, thanks for the help.
Yeah, you're
Nearly choked on my water there.
Besides speaking of Cromwell, what else does Mainframe get up to?
well, she's in the final stages of practicing for the Neonet Blast from the Past dance competition. And she calls Mordecai up and is like, "You remember the dancing we did the other day?
Yeah, I do.
I was wondering if you wanted to come over and see my dance moves, the Matrix moves I mentioned, because you've never seen them. I have a little projector. I can show you,
Do I need to roll anything for this?
No, let it slide.
Oh, how delightful.
Note I didn't invite him in the Matrix.
Yep.
Invited him to
I'm a
my
little
apartment to
disappointed.
watch projection of it. She's aware of things.
I mean, yeah, sure. I've actually been under a lot of stress lately, and it would be nice to have a break from that. So thank you. I'd be happy to.
Oh, all right then. All right, come on over tonight. Got soy corn and everything.
All right, I'll give it a shot. So outside, you hear like mechanical groaning and engine backfiring. That sounded a little like Sharky almost.
Everything you own sounds a little like Sharky.
She knows to be at the door at the appropriate time. It's pretty easy to guess, like, haha, hello.
Hey, so I put on a front that I'm really good with the Matrix, but I'm actually not as expertise with it as people tend to think I am. So I don't know if what's required of me here.
Well, thank you for
Would be-
sharing that with me, Mordecai. It's the first time hearing of that, but you can certainly ask me any questions you want, and I show him kind of how I deck in and how I've connected it to the projector so that he can see kind of the third person view of the dance. So I kind of explain, what's going on. We sort of talk shop a little bit.
Okay, sure. You got your fancy projection system. It's
So the
very
fun thing
nice.
about this dancing stuff is, it's not necessarily the same muscles all the time, but there's a little bit of programming involved to get your moves worked out just the way you want. I've been watching a lot of old trids to work on this. So she definitely, and so I show him a few of the sequences in my number, and one of them is definitely like ripped straight from like Flashdance with the water. And because I've got for those who were who weren't with us in the first few episodes, Mainframe's Matrix persona when she's not like adapting the theme of the Matrix portion she's in, it's typically kind of 80s inspired, kind of like Olivia Newton-John and Get Physical. She's got like a purple leotard and purple leggings and like big hair. So she's working with that inspiration and has gone more elaborate. And she also does a significant bit from that Olivia Newton-John video edition. So there's like, there's water and there's splashing.
So you're just making all of that happen as you go?
Yeah, there's some practice and you kind of program different modules and stuff. There's some improvisational bits in there too. I like some of it to be in the moment and some of it's rehearsed.
Wow. How improvisational can it be?
As much we have 3 minutes to work within, so I can certainly just cut pieces out if I feel super inspired. And I show him like a swing dance number. I pull up a fake persona that looks like Mordecai, and I reenact the spin move from the bar the other night.
But more gracefully?
More gracefully. Yeah, see that was improvisational.
I've just never seen anything quite like that before. Is the Matrix all like that for you?
Well, when it's going well. Sometimes it's trying to kill me. But this is the kind of stuff that drew me to the Matrix in the first place. It's the only thing that limits you is your imagination. I feel like magic must be like that sometimes for you.
Sometimes. I sit quietly for a moment. And then next to her projected image of the dancer, I bring up a Trid phantasm of another dancer who looks kind of like a taller, maybe a little cleaner version of Mordecai. He's dressed in a nice suit.
Oh.
And he greets the Trid dancer and bows.
And Mainframe updates her persona a little bit so that it's a purple ball gown, and it does a little curtsy in response.
The taller version of the dwarf reaches out a hand and takes reaches out to where the Trid's hand is.
Mainframe's digital persona in the projection reaches out to take the proffered hand and spins in a little bit. But they can never touch!
And some music starts playing as the two of them just begin to dance around the room.
And we fade to black on that.
Scene!
Okay, we just need to stop.
It did stop. It faded to black. That's how it stops.
Anything else happen over
My performance goes up by
good.
gymnastics. I did some physical world training as well.
Nice. Very nice. Anything else that anyone does in the downtime?
So Mordecai is pretty stressed out about the spa that's going up near his home. He's doing some recon. He's astrally projecting around
All right,
it.
I'm just gonna write down this other run that I'm gonna have to plan.
Yeah. No, he calls up the group and says, "Hey, I've got a demolitions job
Already there.
Team Demolition, like taking
Now that
the bus.
sounds like something we're good at.
But no, he gets tries to get a better sense of what's going on. Does he learn anything in particular? Or?
I believe it was. Shoot, what corp was building it again? Wrote this down.
So you need to do some. Did you bring this up at all while we were together?
I haven't really told anyone about it. Well, I have actually told people that this is going on, but I haven't really gotten into the...
So the corp that's building it, it's intended to be a large, lavish, luxury resort. There's pretty high security on the building site. They're intending, there's some like local hot springs that they're intending to preserve and utilize as like outdoor baths and stuff for the like pools for the spa. And then they're going to be building, like they're definitely styling it after what people would describe as a magic lodge. So, you know, it's a little bit culturally appropriative.
Tacky. Oh.
But it's like got the sleek sort of like you can see like the billboards and stuff that they're putting up to show off the spa and what it looks like. I mean it's clearly a construction zone.
So after scouting out for a bit, he's going to go and visit Talia. As he pulls open the door to her shop, this little street urchin scampers out carrying a giant book that says Darkest Magic on it.
Friend Cromwell's been buying weird books. Hi, Mordecai.
Hey. I'm not sure why he'd be doing that. He can't really read. At least not in his current situation.
He had his eyes gouged out.
Oh, you're aware?
Well, he came in without eyes.
Really? Has he been coming in much?
No, he stops by now and then.
Huh.
He wants these books. You got another tattoo?
Oh. His tattoo is really nice.
He's probably also trying to hire Talia to train children in creating potions.
Yeah. She doesn't mention that part. Yeah, he stops in now and then.
Well, you're not going to believe this, or at least I hardly believe it, but I actually did manage to secure a dragon scale.
Knew if anyone could do it, it would be you.
Really?
You're one of my more adventurous customers. At least recently, you know, when you did that switch from the small scale jobs to these bigger endeavors, you were definitely moving up in the world, Shadowrunning world at least.
I'm starting to wonder if it's all been a big mistake, a little too much.
Okay, then don't do it.
All right, I don't. Well, you're obviously
given up on stuff before, so why wouldn't you?
Well, you're obviously very busy, so I'll just refill my baby teeth and.
I thought you would have changed off of this as technology. We might have some different brands in if you wanted to try something different.
I don't know. I'm not really a try something different kind of guy.
I noticed.
So things work for me, and I go with them. You know, I'm not a fan of as technology, but they make a good product, and I buy the free range stuff, so I feel.
Sure. That makes you feel better about it.
I'm thinking of becoming a Shasta shaman.
They're still around?
Well, not around here. They're, sort of.
I thought
down
they were kicked out of Shasta, after the whole has to be burning the forest and all the stuff that went down there.
It's complicated, but they're still around, and they seem like a good group of people. I have this situation at my place, and I feel like I need help with it that's sort of bigger than me, so...
You never really struck me as the community type.
I could surprise you. I've been doing some work with charities locally. It's been, I've been trying to ground myself.
Making friends. I didn't think that was possible, Mordecai.
All right, well...
I mean that in like the nice sort of way. You know, I feel like I've tried to reach out to you before, and just, yeah.
When you feel like you've tried to reach out to me.
You're not particularly responsive.
Well, I like to think that I'm a good person. I'm capable of being empathetic.
Probably.
I don't like hearing that you feel like I haven't been a good friend to you.
I just sort of stopped trying, you know? You didn't seem interested.
Well, all right then.
Plus, that being said, you're a different dwarf now, I think, than you were before you started with this MMFEC group. Weird name still. Really weird name.
Yeah, no, you're right, it's a weird name, and I don't know if I'm a different dwarf or not. I'm just trying to be a better dwarf, and it's hard for me.
In the years that I have known you, you have never once talked about friends, family, except to mention that they're not around, that you don't care about them. And this time you're working with kids and charities, and you're joining a group of shamans, you know?
Well, it remains to be seen if
Even
that
still,
actually
the
happens.
fact that you're considering it. The last time I heard you talk about a group of shamans, there was at least 3 cuss words involved in that sentence.
Yeah, no, they were horrible. But these ones are less horrible, and I don't know. I'm just trying to evolve myself as a person. It's not easy. You've had this shop for decades, and I don't know. You see people come and you see people go. Some of them stay local, some of them leave, some of them, I'm sure, much worse things have happened to. But you've always just seemed content with watching them go by, and for a while I thought I was content with that too. But now I'm starting to wonder if there's more out there.
Because my customers aren't the only people in my life. I go home to friends and family. So if the customers come and they go, it's okay. Because there will be other people. There will be other customers.
Yeah, I don't really have any of that except for Sharky.
Sharky's a spirit.
He's an awesome spirit.
Never mind. I probably won't like my opinions in this particular circumstance.
What, you've got opinions on Sharky that you haven't shared with me?
Spirits in general.
Well, I mean, I know spirits aren't so much your domain, but you've met Sharky before. He's very congenial.
Spirits are immortal creatures that temporarily exist on our plane. You know, when our lives have snuffed out and ended, they will continue to exist. And they will forget you, and they will find some other shaman.
Yep.
They have had others in their lives. You are not a friend. You are a vessel.
He's all I've had for most of my life.
Glad you've had him, but there have been other people around. You just haven't listened to them when they've reached out.
Well, I'm thoroughly depressed now.
Here's some baby teeth. These ones can be on the house, given the scale of the previous mission I sent you.
Ding.
Seems I owe you at least a few monetary compensations.
Well, I'm glad I was able to be useful. And for what it's worth, I do appreciate what you've done for me over the years.
I'll be here. Same shop.
Must be nice.
Sometimes. And then another small child comes in. Just like, oh, here's your book. It's like giant tome and puts it. The kid's like, oh, yeah.
Those books are dangerous.
It's more a visual scale, you know. The kids are small, the books are big.
Yeah. All right. Well, take care, Talia.
Bye, Mordecai.
I flourish my towel on the way out.
Oh,
It's half-hearted.
if you don't have plans for Hanukkah this year, you're welcome to come over. She'll like call out.
Really?
Like 2 months away, but
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in
I
mind.
assumed Talia was Jewish, so there you go. She is now.
It's canon.
All right.
That's
Anything else? That everything?
Yes.
we all feel equally emotionally excited and sad.
I have 2 runs to plan.
I'm sorry in advance. I didn't realize what I was doing when I talked.
The words came out of your mouth. So, time moves ever forwards. It stops for no dwarf, elf, or troll, or human that doesn't happen to be here because she's studying for her GEDs. Not, to be clear, not Janine. Elsie.
Elsie is studying for
One of these days, Janine will
get her
We'll get
GED.
that.
We'll be so proud of her.
if she keeps trying.
So proud. Throw a party and everything. So you are eventually, you know that the election is coming up pretty soon. It's about a week away. Tensions have been running fairly high in Seattle. There's still argument and contention over whether or not people should be running for governor or qualify. At this point, kind of 3 major candidates have come forward. The race seems pretty close. It's Josephine Jigashvili, Howard Cannon, and Catherine Choi.
Sorry, there's a man named Cannon.
Yeah, Howard Cannon.
Is he really part of the story?
He is, in fact, from the Seattle Sprawl
Is he?
information.
So he's canon.
So he's
Yeah,
canon?
he's like more canon than all of us are.
Howard Cannon. What are
Who's
these?
Billy?
And Catherine Choi. Howard Cannon is a kind of a generally clean-cut figure, fairly nondescript, really just sort of like the classic corporate puppet would probably be how most people would view him. So the corps like him. He has their back. He has policies that support what they want. So he tends to have the most money, although not a particularly large grassroots campaign. Catherine Choi is fairly appealing to those who are like, I'm not like huge on corporations, but like, you know, I still value like my security and safety and the status quo. So Catherine Choi has a very hard line on like safety and security. That's really like a lot of what she's pushing. So the corps don't hate her. They're not really doing anything counter that campaign. And then Josephine Jigashvili runs the most populist campaign. Obviously, the most outright speaker on metahuman rights, was a strong proponent of Proposition 23. That was the cause of the Orc Underground and stuff like that. So there's a kind of a fairly broad swing. And so obviously tensions are pretty high because there's a lot of disagreement. Number of candidates, the people who are backing the 3 main candidates tend to be fairly strong supporters of these individuals. And then, you know, there's a large number of people who are just like, what? There's an election? Oh. So there have also been a number of, you know, that there's been a significant debate because every time there's an election, there is always debate about whether or not they should use more like the matrix services within Seattle that are obviously run by Neonet and are heavily corporate. And so there is concern over the validity of result, like whether or not they would be tampered with. Should something like an election be done through corporate? And typically people like Brackhaven are like, yeah, it's great. What could possibly go wrong if a corporation that completely dominates our matrix services and the media also collects all of our polling results for the election?
It'll be fine.
They may or may not have given me a lot of money, is the tagline that comes with that. However, given that there is no Brackhaven, the commissioner, the election commissioner, has made the decision that they are not going to be using the previously used methods. They are going to go with an independent government-provided contractor to attempt to create a little bit more impartiality. However, this also means they're using slightly less good technology in a lot of areas. because their system is essentially establishing polling places, sending the data to an offsite location where it's collected, as well as bringing in a second copy of it from the polling places to verify that. So there is a pretty big change this year in how they're going to be running these elections, because no one trusts the corpse. So eventually, you guys will hear, in fact, you're somewhat surprised, you get a message from Dana Oakes, the district attorney, who since Brackhaven's resignation has taken over a larger role in kind of general security within the Seattle Metroplex. So she has a little bit of a broader reach now, just because a number of other individuals stepped down, and so she's taken some interim positions. But you know for a fact that she does not like working with runners. She has made this explicitly clear to many people, including yourselves. But she sends you a message inviting you to come to a meeting location. There is, in fact, zero mention of a job, money, payment, hiring, just saying, if you're interested in... Come to...
Wait, there's a blank?
It's just like, if you are... Hello... Come to this location at this time. It's just like...
Is this a date? Are we on a date with Miss?
Clearly, been erased and tried to rewritten multiple times. And it comes through sort of multiple links and things, and you're sort of like...
It's not a warehouse, is it?
It's not.
Last time we went
Exactly aware of what's happening. No, it's not a warehouse.
Is it a speakeasy?
It's not a speakeasy. It's...
Shucks.
It's like a rental board, facility, like a meeting facility sort of space. It's like kind of low key. It's in a tucked away corner of Seattle. Very much clearly not official, but not as unofficial as you've gone with these sort of meets. It's not a typical Johnson meet. It's someone who probably wouldn't like working with runners being like, where are you supposed to meet with runners? I'm gonna rent this office space for a day.
It's larger than it needs to be, right? It's a conference room in this meeting space that has 20 chairs and those mints that nobody eats.
We're going.
Yeah. So are you gonna go?
If the district attorney asks you to meet up, generally it is of strategic value to do so. And besides, it could be a date. Who knows? It's interesting.
I don't think she's my type.
I know.
We probably have this conversation as you pick us up, being like...
I mean, she couldn't be hitting on all four of us at once, so it's probably not, but...
Well, if she chooses one of us, it's not... I mean, it's probably
It might be you.
I would be flattered, but I'd have to say no.
I don't think it's me.
You always are down on yourself, Big Papa. You are not an unattractive man.
I'm not a man, I'm a dwarf. I mean, I guess I'm a dwarven man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How does one define... What is gender?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be such a downer. I've just had a lot going on.
Are you okay?
No, that spa that I told you guys about that they're putting up near my lodge, it's still going on. It's
gonna open in January.
Oh, it's
of
gonna
2079.
No, we're
Or
77,
we're in 77,
aren't we?
so 2078.
Oh, that area is prone to avalanches.
Maybe February. I don't know. Sometime.
Don't think I'm not thinking about that, Cromwell.
Oh no, actually, this is when it would open. It's gonna open for the holiday season, 2077.
That makes sense.
What?
For the holiday, for Hanukkah. We just established Hanukkah's a thing, so.
Well,
Still, in the.
Are we the first people to establish Hanukkah for real?
Or that it's still a thing.
Is it a
I'm just
Is it
gonna
a
take
Hanukkah
moment
miracle?
to point out, Claudia, that the creator of the game that we are playing
I know.
celebrates Hanukkah. It's probably still going to be a thing in his campaign setting.
A lot of things change.
Okay.
I did not read my religion in 2020.
There is a whole supplement of that in one of the books. They describe magic traditions based on different religions.
I'm pretty sure that book's at Cromwell's house right now.
Probably.
It's not at the library. It's definitely over there.
How many?
Did you know
need
there's
help,
a monster made out of spaghetti?
If you need our help, just let us know. I'm sorry you're going through
I
this.
feel I don't want to involve any of you. It's really my problem, and I should figure out how to deal with it.
Friends help friends.
Family helps family.
Which is it?
Whichever you prefer, apparently.
In either case, you get help.
I'm family. We decided that.
Well, I've been spending some time with the Shasta shamans, and I'm trying to see if I can learn some stuff from them that might be able to help. But I don't know. I apologize if I made any of you upset. That was not my intent.
Never. Not this time.
You're fine. Everything is definitely fine.
Cromwell, your aura is... it's looking a little different. I can't quite put my finger on how.
It is. I didn't mean to change it.
Well,
It's just your mood.
All I can say is I'm glad I punched my magic.
I punch my magic too.
Right, but you do the magic part and then the punch. I do the punching part and the magic just sort of happens.
That's very true.
What?
So we head to the meeting.
Yeah.
I just want to take a moment to point out that we are halfway through tonight, and this is tonight's run. It starts up here. Would you like to know where we are on this page?
Are we on?
We're right here. We're right here. So here's the
That's
title. Here's the first line. It says Dana Oakes invites you to a meeting.
One, are you really surprised?
Did you just write really small all of that stuff we did?
You said
Between the lines.
you said, "Oh, we're gonna finish up that stuff with the eye real quick."
Didn't think you would go dancing. Love you guys. I really do. All of you.
I quickly storm into the building and sit down right in front of
You
Dana
are
Oakes.
surprised to find that, in fact, in the room, there are a number of other Shadowrunners.
Are you
What?
kidding me?
Is this some kind of convention?
It's a trap.
You
I
recognize...
cast mana barrier.
Oh, God.
Should I roll?
Really? Are you doing this?
Are you challenging him?
Well,
I just want to clarify
I will
what
ascend
he's
first, and then I will decide.
doing. There are other mages in there. You recognize some of these people.
Wait, really?
Yes, you do.
Is it fire?
It is definitely not. It is the runners
Fire,
who were
fire.
rescuing Granny Powell.
Oh,
Hello, I run up to say hi to the Decker. We had some moments. Like, good to see you.
I can't remember if we liked them or not.
I definitely
Don't
shot
hate
them.
You don't hate them
They-
currently. You worked together. for
I
a while.
levitated their
Yes.
van, and
Yes.
things didn't go well from there.
The mage kind of locks eyes with you for a moment, and you both get the sense that you might both be about to cast a spell. And then Miss Oakes clears her throat. Do not consider casting magic or fighting in this room.
You guys are just gonna prove her opinion of
If
us.
I held a grudge against anyone what had ever shot me with a shotgun, it'd be too long a list for me to maintain.
There are also a handful. Do you cast a spell?
My hands are lowering. Not that I need them to cast magic.
Yeah.
I read that it helps if you concentrate more.
What?
Wait, you're reading?
Well, sort of.
Thank you for coming. You also recognize that group of runners, and then there are a handful of others you suspect for maybe a couple of other teams that you don't necessarily recognize. Those of you who have done some other runnings, they may be familiar faces, but not people you've necessarily directly interacted with. A handful of them you've probably seen as faces that have come through the Rapid Rabbit or other known runner havens in Seattle. Obviously, you are not the only runners in this city. So you remember.
How did they react? Do they react at all to us?
The ones you've met are like, oh, hello, some of them more friendly than others. One of them clearly is like, am I supposed to know them? And then they're like, that was the one that you were unconscious. Oh.
Wait,
It was like the driver that he nearly smashed the head in of or something.
is anyone have shinier arms than me?
Oh, hell yes.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, there is an individual who so she has like relatively large arms. They seem to be a little bit sleeker, like more clearly designed to
Look
fit
at
her.
her arms. They're really nice. You
She's
should get
a
arms
dwarf
like that.
because why not?
How can you see
And
her
the arms have like studded jewels in them.
Did you go to the same designer as Midas
Very
Touch?
tasteful. Oh my god, you know Midas?
Oh my god.
I am a huge fan. I have been watching him on the trids for years now. Well, really, it's been a year.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched his entire
I don't like
time.
this, Ron.
I met him and we both shared not the same drink, but like
Touched
two
him?
Oh yeah, I rubbed that arm.
I would rip your arm off.
It's a different
Keep
arm.
it if I could.
This is a different arm.
Did you keep that arm?
No.
I have to go find an arm.
Flashback episode for sure.
That conversation happens. This is like the season filler episode.
Cut to Fang's
Flashback.
arm in an alley, like hunched under a newspaper, like it's raining. All alone.
Sad violin music
And it
is
just
playing.
says, it has a sign that says lend a hand.
New cyberware is expensive. I have to sell everything to get a new arm.
So, Miss Oakes clears her throat. And eventually the rabble that is the runners, because you are nothing if not a rabble, takes some seats and sort of haphazardly spreads themselves out around like a relatively large conference room. It is probably still bigger than it needs to be.
Does it
but, like,
have those little bowls of like mince no one ever eats?
oh,
Like
yeah.
the weird little strawberry candies.
Yeah,
and the
no
mints?
one wants
Yeah.
that. There's definitely like half the lights in the room are still off because they were like, well, it's just a waste. You know, we only need lights and like, so it's just like that.
A
like,
notepad
dimly
and a
lit-
pen at every spot, even though nobody's ever gonna touch them.
Somebody already stole all of them. That's why.
Yeah, there's,
Somebody-
there's
one
just,
running
like,
that's got all the
run
pens.
That's got like a stack of pens.
Looks like Elsie's been here.
You know, Elsie. I was in her clique. No. So Miss Oakes clears her throat. Thank you for joining me. As many of you know, I am not often one to hire runners. But you may or may not be aware, I honestly don't know how much you pay attention to anything in the world that is happening to you. The election is next week. Well, it's more specifically in 4.5 days. Next week on Tuesday. I'm not entirely sure
I can
how
vote.
where. Interesting. Was not anticipating that. You're just like, I can vote.
I know.
Great. Then this will be something that you are. Oh, this makes me uncomfortable. Okay. So we are concerned about the security of especially a certain polling locations in our city. You know that we're utilizing, I've been working with the elections commissioner. We are trying not to rely so heavily on the infrastructure provided by corporations that have a significant stake in the fact that they have given almost several million nuyen to one of their candidates, Neonet. So we would like to rely on a slightly less biased system to ensure the validity of our election results. The entire objective of this is for a free and open political experience for as many of the qualified citizens of the Seattle Metroplex. And I recognize that you are not all one of those citizens. But I hope you appreciate the importance in electing an individual that cares about the interests of this city, and not simply corporations or investors. Or at the very least, like things that are free and or nuyen that you will be provided for doing this. I will tell you more information. This is still uncomfortable. And you notice that behind her, another individual has been sitting. Like Seattle knowledge? Give me like a street knowledge.
Oh, boy.
Any like Seattle specific knowledge?
Do I get a bonus for orc politics?
Actually, yes, you do.
Yes! I've had this. I've never ruled this.
Do I get corporate
I don't
politics?
think you might. No.
Cowa.
Two. How many did you roll?
How do you default on something you don't have?
Knowledge would be logic.
Great. Well, we'll give that a shot. That's some dice.
I figured for you, like the best person to default on the knowledge check.
One hit.
Okay. Fang is probably actually the only one that is relatively familiar because you have a lower threshold on this. You think she might be Kathleen Shard, who is the leader of the Orc Underground.
Who is what?
Kathleen Shard.
that she's talking about? Or?
That's
No,
standing
this is-
behind.
Oh, it's standing
a woman,
behind.
a woman that's sitting behind her. There's also a number of like guard-looking sort of security people.
Who's that?
Several orcs, a troll,
That's Kathleen Shard.
and some humans.
She made the Orc Underground.
Right, she organised it. This is her first time voting, right? I think it is.
I think so. Is this gonna be a big deal? That's a huge.
It's a huge deal. None of them trogs down there got to vote before, and now they do.
Sorry, I'm not finished yet. Do you have any questions? Yes.
I'm pretty sure, but I'm not exactly. Is that Kathleen Shard?
The woman just sort of. Yes. I am one of the interested parties that have been working with Miss Oakes to provide what we're asking for from you. There have been other involved individuals, though we're not necessarily at liberty to provide information on who they are. You guys can all probably guess. That's not her speaking, but you as players can probably guess, and even as characters. Dragger Foundation. The line of a free and open election is one that you have heard many times. Although Fang probably doesn't get it.
Fang does not get it.
Maybe Cromwell does, but...
Come on.
And Mainframe's like, oh, yeah.
You're political.
Mordecai's 50-50.
You're like, is Jay the shamans? Like...
Orcs and trolls have often had their votes suppressed or been denied the right to vote, so the fact that the Orc Underground was made part of the city gives them all the right to vote. It gives them a right to register. There's a lot less sinless orcs down there now. So it's kind of the first election that a lot of the orcs and trolls get to really decide who their
You
government
also
is.
notice that there's probably a higher proportion in this room of non-human meta type
Oh.
than you might typically see, especially trolls and orcs, which are known to live down in the Orc Underground. So, Ms. Oakes will continue talking. We're looking for a more nimble response, and then Kathleen Shard will just, and slightly less racist response than is typically provided by security like Knight Errant, who, though we do entrust the safety and security of the Seattle Metroplex into their hands, again, their corporation has backed one of the candidates to a non-insignificant tune of money. Non-insignificant. That probably didn't make sense. So we're asking you to provide this more nimble security response. Specifically, we would like some individuals. We have some certain assignments that will be providing security around our polling stations, potentially escorting people in less pleasant neighborhoods to the polling places and ensuring their safety. And specifically, we would like at least one team of runners that is escorting individuals out of the Orc Underground to their polling place. Due to the nature of the Orc Underground, we can't have a polling place inside because there is no matrix signal, which is a significant disadvantage when one needs to do things digitally, as the polling needs to be done. So we are particularly concerned about these individuals' safety and security, and we would like to offer them, perhaps without anyone's knowledge, more security than they might otherwise have, so they can feel comfortable with their ability to exercise their right to vote, which we would like to have happen. But we also, I do not want anyone finding out that I'm doing this, because that would be a significant problem for everyone involved. The media will not enjoy hiring individuals that are not officially licensed police force for security purposes. As a government official, I would both lose my job and potentially all of my credibility. There is a reason I do not frequently hire runners.
So what is the cover story if somebody discovers our interventions?
You are concerned individuals.
That's why we're mostly orcs and trolls, so that we can pretend to be like, oh, we're just neighborhood.
Exactly. You're the neighborhood watch.
Yeah. We're the neighborhood squad.
I don't know. You're runners. That's your job to figure out what your cover story is, right?
Great. So you pay us money so we can help all of the privileged people with sins get to participate in their government while, we just then scurry back off into the shadows.
Put it so eloquently, Mr.
Mordecai. Legendary Towel Mage. I look over at everyone else in the room.
Can't say I've heard of a towel mage. I understand your concern. If Nguyen does not interest you, it is not within my ability to get you a sin. That is a decision made at a much higher level, significantly outside of my control.
I'm not looking for a sin.
I've got 2 or 3 sins. You can use one of mine to vote.
Oh, for God's sake.
Wait,
I didn't hear that.
can
at
people
all.
use fake sins to vote?
If they're good enough. I mean,
That
you
is
can't-
one of the concerns that you like. That is an argument that is heard over and over again. You know, like voter fraud, like through fake sin use, and it's like a surprisingly small number of people actually do it because
Use
they have
fake
like that is the one place that they sink like all of their resources is into the check, like the rating on checking these sins. So it's fairly unlikely that it will happen. You also know that you need to have a, not just a corporate sin, you actually also need to have a national sin that is provided by UCAS in order to vote in this election. So if there are individuals who have corporate sins but don't have UCAS sins, they are not eligible to vote.
Wait.
At this point, so when you do that, like, Dana Oakes is just like, God, I hate runners. Like, you could just see it on her face. And so Kathleen Shard stands up, who's the significantly more charismatic one of the two. And she's like, I understand your concern. And while in this moment in time, we can't directly address the issue of individuals who have been denied sins, the hope is that by electing a candidate that actually has the best interests of all people at heart, sinless or otherwise, a difference can be made. And that won't happen if individuals right now feel like their vote is oppressed, because they are the most at-risk population in our city. And the ones most likely to vote for a candidate who has your interests at heart, sir.
No one from your government has my interests at heart. I know that. Or any of us.
I'm sorry you feel that way, and I can't imagine anything I do or say will change that. If the union isn't sufficient compensation and you're not interested, there is no requirement for you to take this job.
Well, I'm still waiting to hear the details.
What else would you like to know?
Well, the Nuyen would be.
Of course. Mr. Mizzou's like, of course. We don't have a significant amount at our disposal, given we are not corporations. We would be able to offer you 6,000 Nuyen in compensation for providing security services until the polls have closed. If additional things come up that would require anything beyond escorts and protecting the polling stations, we may be able to find some additional funding if we're requesting your assistance with that. We're not made of money here. I'm hoping that the chance to do something good may speak to some of your hearts, and the rest of you can do what you will.
Good for the people with sins, anyway.
You're just upset that they kicked all the dwarves out of the Orc Underground all them years ago. But the dwarves ended up getting sins, and the orcs and trolls didn't get them for a long time.
You know, I don't honestly care if it's dwarf, orc, troll, elf, human, whatever. All of us without sins don't get any say. We're basically left to whatever whims of the government may have. I've been thinking about this a lot, feeling this a lot. We've been doing all of this stuff lately, for the Draco Foundation, and doing it out of this sort of theory that we're doing good. But really, who are we doing the good for? I mean, people with sins don't know what it's like to be us. They're different.
It's just a leap of faith, and no one can force you to take it. I get it, Mordecai. It's not.
I'm not
There's
saying
no guarantees, but we're doing it because we think change is better than the status quo. The change might not be any better.
But if you want to throw over the government, I know some people we can talk to.
I'm not hearing any of this. And so at this point, several of the other runners will kind of file over to her, and they'll begin kind of coordinating things. And so you get a chance to go and get an assignment if you are interested in taking the job, or you can get into your little huddle and continue talking.
I'm not saying I won't do it. I'll go with the group. You know, I would feel really bad if something were to go down and I wasn't there to help out.
Cromwell's already in line.
Like,
Wait, where'd Cromwell go?
he's there.
Oh, jeez. Well, fine. I guess we're doing it.
I mean, I will. No one's gonna make you do it.
It's not about being made to do it or not.
What do you actually want, Mordecai? I mean, like, for yourself.
You're like yelling this from the line.
Yeah.
Like across the room.
You know, I don't. At first, I thought I just wanted to be left alone. And now, I'm not so sure what it is I want anymore. But I just know I don't like being a cog in this machine that seems to exist just to perpetuate itself.
Well, everyone out there is a cog in the machine except on the day they get to vote. And that's the only day that most of them get a chance to be more than a cog, to actually operate the machine and change it a little bit, so maybe their cog falls onto another shaft.
Well, it must be nice for them.
This is the first time that a lot of these people have the right to do this. Are you gonna stop them from doing that just because you don't get to?
I'm not going to stop anyone from doing anything. I just don't. It just all feels so unjust.
Yes.
I'm sure that if you really want to be a citizen of the UCAS, that we could get you a SIN. If you want to pay taxes and be a wage slave and do all of that, you get the right to vote.
I don't think it's as easy to get a sin as you think it is.
Besides, we're not deciding his future today. We're just deciding now, and he's deciding now. But the thing about it is, Mordecai, inaction is action. You are casting a vote of action here, and your actions may affect the outcome in some small way. There may be people you could have helped that would not vote without your help. So you are affecting it. It's not the same thing. It's not as just as actually voting, but you can influence the events either way, action or no.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm game to do it.
Cromwell's like at the front of the line now.
I just want to punch some people who's trying to suppress the vote.
Dana's just gonna look at you and say, I didn't hear that.
That's what you actually want, though, right?
I don't want to hear it, though, because all of this makes me desperately uncomfortable. Where's the rest of MMFEC?
Do you need us over there?
Would you like him to be your Great, I'll talk to you.
No, it's
No,
fine.
Are we-
this is Cromwell's
You're
thing.
looking pretty
Well-
good. You're looking pretty good, Dana.
Thank you, I've had a few months to recover.
Can't even see the scar anymore.
I see Dana looking uncomfortably over in our direction, and I drag Mordecai over.
All right, where are the voting suppressors we're going to be punching?
Excellent. And Kathleen Shard will come up and she'll come and like shake your hand and be like, thank you so much for doing this. We really truly appreciate that you would like to be part of helping to make a difference and allowing orcs and trolls and those who've been in the underground to exercise their right to vote that they've never been able to do before. You were recommended.
I was a big fan. He can't really. He's super awkward around. Around Kathleen Shard.
Oh, there we go.
No,
I think I can speak safely for the rest of the group, and that we're happy to do our part.
Excellent. So to say, I recommended you, along with Miss, suggested that you may be a good candidate for one of our more concerned locations, specifically our major polling place for individuals in the Orc Underground is right outside Pike Place Market, which is one of the major exits and entrances into the Orc Underground, so it's going to be where most individuals would go. We tried to keep it as accessible as we could within the constraints of needing to get matrix signal that wasn't significantly impeded by noise. So we would like you to, at least initially, provide an informal escort for individuals from the Orc Underground to the polling station.
Are the voters aware of the escort services, or is it entirely clandestine?
everything is breaking in there.
Wait, did something just fall?
Yeah, like one of the. I think the remote is velcroed to the back of the TV, and it just fell on the ground.
Sharky.
Poltergeists. Miss Shard will answer that one. There have been rumors spread that there may be assistance provided, but we don't want to officially announce an escort service. So they may need some
Do we wear a certain color
encouragement.
so that they know? Like, do we wear like red bandoliers and goggles, or like?
She'll actually hand you all like little buttons that say "Rock the Vote" on them,
Ballot the ballot?
and Prop 23. Like, this should help people know that you're offering assistance. There is also a reason why we are going with a heavier weighted towards different meta types than some runner teams are. Trying to be more accessible, and I've heard you can be very friendly.
Oh, is that our reputation? Well, that's delightful.
Your reputation was mostly adequate.
That sounds more expected.
We're adequate and very, very friendly.
That's what the F stands for. No, it's not. But I'm lying.
Anyway, I'm going to go offer. So Miss Shard will leave, and Dana Oaks will kind of say, just to be clear, you are unofficial. If Knight Errant or any other official security forces catch you fighting, doing anything illegal, you do not have protection against that. So subtlety is important. That can be difficult for many runners, I know.
That's the F stands for subtlety.
For subtlety.
Yes, I'm sure it does.
So we just show up and we just look for individuals that are being harassed, or we get assigned individuals to protect?
There will be individuals. In essence, in the Orc Underground, they're going to have sort of meeting locations where people are suggested to go, not as individuals, to the polling places. That would be a good place to pick up people to provide an escort to.
Right.
Are there any known, credible or not, threats on this particular location from organized groups?
Everyone.
Yes. when Fang mutters that, there have been several threats made. None of them we can confirm as being credible, but obviously the troll killers are ones we're concerned about. The Halloweeners have said they're going to scare people with masks and murder them, as they always do, and as well as other gangs in the area would like to use this as an opportunity to incite chaos and violence, as they are known to do.
Do the Halloweeners know what their name means? Because... Sorry. I'll stop talking.
Please elaborate. I don't know what should they be aware of.
Well, I know you're not a runner, but wieners in the biz
Is a
often
hot
refers
dog?
to phallic shapes that are in male genitalia. So
Of course.
the hollow wieners means that they have empty phallic.
Hallow, as in Hallows Eve, as in Halloween. They wear masks and costumes.
Okay,
They're a go gang.
that helps me now.
It's really
Were
interesting.
you not working in law enforcement, Miss Glasgow?
Definitely was. No one explained to me the reason why they were called the Halloweeners. That it just meant that
Right.
they couldn't have children, and so they were upset about it.
Nope. They are not at all gender exclusive in their...
And,
Right.
And so we're clear their wieners aren't hollow.
They're not hallowed
Is that
either.
their weak points?
So to be clear, again, this is unofficial. I am trying very hard not to step on anybody's toes, but I do not trust the foot that those toes belong to do anything other than kick you while you're down.
All right, be subtle. Get to the point. Got it. I think we're ready.
You got your grenades, Cromwell?
Of course
Oh,
I
God.
do.
Okay.
You will certainly be escorting more than one group. There's kind of an expectation that you're going to...
Like
more
a
or less-
12-hour
yeah,
shift,
you're
right?
working the entire time the polls are open, so like 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. or something like that.
I'll say we get to it.
6,000 new yen for a day's worth of work isn't bad.
It's nice.
There'll be a free lunch, too.
Oh.
Now,
They're getting
Go on.
pierogi served from Pierogi at the Pike Place Market is going to the polling, that particular polling van. So they will.
There's a very long line for that.
Yeah. So they're getting food, and she's like, we can order you some extra lunch.
This is the first.
And we'll get dinner too. The Humbao place always sells off a lot at the end of the day.
Oh my goodness.
So many delightful portable treats.
So many spheres of soy.
It's I mean, at this point all of it has been replaced with soy. It's like soy flour with like soy innards. But it's still delicious.
Except weirdly the soybeans are made out of potato.
I know, it's strange. So do you guys do anything kind of in the meantime? More or less that there will be a meeting location in the Orc Underground, not quite at the exit, and then you essentially have to take a relatively circuitous route out of the Orc Underground. You get to be in some control of that. There's more than one way out to the Pike Place Market. And for those of you who are from Seattle, you are very familiar with the location that I'm talking about. That's where all of those cobblestones are, where the big clock is, and there's the alleyway down the side. You know, the one that you go to that's full of bubblegum? You've been there a lot. You all perform at a theater nearby. For those who don't know in Seattle, it is where Pike and First? No.
Pike
and First meet. And they intersect, and there's a Starbucks on the corner, and it's definitely still there.
The only one.
Except it's Soybucks. Soybucks. Well, the first Starbucks is around the corner and further down where the Pierogi place is.
The lie? You mean
God, I
you
love
believe
Pierogi.
the
No,
lies that that's the first Starbucks?
The lie
First
Starbucks.
Starbucks burned.
Starbucks.
Like the second Starbucks.
Just to be clear, I'm not allowed to bring guns into a polling station, correct?
So one
we're
thing to know
escorting
is
from
that
outside.
the polling stations in this case are essentially like the blood donation buses. Like it's the equivalent of that. They're mobile. Not all of them are. Some of them are established in a building, but this particular one, they're again it's easier to set it up as just straight being portable, and two, it's also somewhat safer because you can immediately close it and drive away. So these are not quite armored vans, but they have a moderate amount of protection on them. They're like a self-contained unit network that will send out the information periodically as it collects it. And it is, in essence, like a van that's going to be parked in the middle of that intersection. Where you will be taking to people. So
it's a single van.
It's this one at this location. So they have a number when they're essentially going to all of the major entrances and exits of the Orc Underground. Their theory being that smaller, more disparate ones are one, safer, and two, more accessible. So they have like their mobile fleet that they're setting up.
Well, strategically, I'm not going to be much help in the Orc Underground, so I'm probably running surveillance up on land.
And you won't be underground the entire time. So you'll be...
We lose our connection to you, though.
Yes. We will lose all connection when you're down there. I'll fly my drones so I can get sort of surveillance and see when you're going in and going out.
So do you guys have any sort of pre-planning or anything that you want to do before day of? They'll instruct you to get there at 7 a.m. to meet the polling place and kind of like unofficially get a feel for the location. And they'll be like the one of the people will know that you're sort of kind of there to help out. But that's it. Because of the button. They'll be wearing a button too.
Oh, I have purchased a new drone. It's an MCT Nissan Roto drone.
Ooh, fancy schmancy.
When we get there, I'm going to call Marbles, my Earth spirit, who's this weird rock goblin, basically.
He's basically Geodude.
He's what?
Geodude.
It's a Pokemon.
Geodude.
It's a bunch of rocks, and he's
Someone
angry.
tweet him a picture of Geodude.
Tweet it. All of it.
Do that. But I'm going to direct him basically to stay with Mainframe, and if she needs help, she can send him to alert me. That's great.
Cromwell's there at 6 a.m.
The van arrives at 6:45. Some of the market is opening though at 6 a.m. You know, some of the farmers are setting up.
Is the crumpet shop still there?
No.
Oh.
It's all right. Maris works down there. I'll go get some tea. She's up bright and early.
Oh, hello, early Cromwell.
All right. Nice
Let's have some English breakfast.
Alright, that's what I was saying to myself just the other day.
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm talking about that. About buying some tea also.
Oh, well, I was in this new Darjeeling. It's lovely.
Nice, very nice. I'll pack it up.
Yeah, good, good. What are you ordering? Is you down here? It's election day, you know.
I'm rocking the vote.
Oh, that's a button. They're lovely. It's very nice.
Tell the little birds to keep their eyes on everything.
Oh,
That's my favorite voice.
Delighted.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Fang is gonna take a lot more time than usual to get ready. Like, she's gonna like look at all her like straps and be like, this set of no, not those. I don't need that many bullets. And like, she's going to because like it's all about subtlety, as I've said, subtlety. So she picks double katanas. They both stick out the top. One shotgun with 5 bullets. And then
you're only bringing 5 bullets.
I don't need more than 5 bullets.
Okay.
We're not. There's gonna be no. And imagine this really awesome looking orc just standing menacingly at the orc underground. That just. I don't want to create the insinuation that there's going to be a fight.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Fang's thinking.
2 swords doesn't do that.
no.
But bullets are the issue. Shotgun bullets are the thing you need to have a small number of.
Well, the issue is
Swords, though, not at all going to suggest you're getting into a fight.
swords are at this point a like piece of clothing.
Actually, they're still restricted in the
None
book.
of us are. No one else at MFEC wears swords, but it's fine.
Cromwell actually looks suspiciously smaller because he's not carrying all of Elsie's weapons on his back.
Yeah, like it's just about not like looking menacing because I don't want to create tension and extra violence. Like that is what Fang's goal is. So like very minimalist. You know what? I take off the shotgun. No, I keep the shotgun.
Fang, be yourself.
main
This
frame.
image of her taking it off and putting it on and taking it off and putting it on.
Like looking at herself in the mirror.
Oh,
That's
just-
actually just the shiny side of her microwave.
I have a mirror.
Do you?
I do. It is next to my bulletin board with pictures and string.
Skip cinematic. Let me get to the adventure.
I am gonna do a 4/6 summon.
Okay.
I will bring more bullets.
Bring more bullets. Such an oddly specific number of bullets.
6 hits.
It's my clip. My clip is 5 bullets. I thought I had.
6
Six
hits?
hits.
Your net hits are 4.
All right, so
Apparently I'm messing up Laura's camera.
Sharky appears on the astral plane, and he's wearing a very smart-looking beige pantsuit. And
Except it only has one leg.
yeah, he has.
The other one
Well, no, there's
No,
2 legs to the pantsuit, but like one of them is just dangling down next to the other one. That like his tail is stuck through, and he's wearing that. He's got a blonde wig, and he's got a button that says "Rock the Vote."
A blonde wig?
Yeah,
He's trying to look like Leslie Knope.
I think he's going more for Clinton, but
Oh, okay.
that's.
Oh.
Ew. Some sort of alternative
I didn't
timeline.
say it.
Oh. Okay, but I'm back.
We're all ready.
We're ready to go. Skip the cinematic.
Bright yellow jumpsuit. I mean, not really.
How does it work when you have like pistols on a drone? Like, how does it reload?
They actually have a much bigger capacity. They can carry a belt of like 100.
Okay.
So you don't typically need to worry about them because they have a whole belt.
I like to think it has a little metal arm and it just holds it in a little metal hand.
And so there's 2 ways. If the drone is shooting, then the drone will use its pilot and any targeting soft if it's on autopilot. If not, you will use your
Pistol.
agility and gunnery skills. It is not pistols, it is gunnery.
No.
Yeah.
Mainframe 3, you remember marbles, right?
Oh yeah, marbles. We go way back.
Well, he's going to hang out with you in case there's trouble. If you can't get a hold of us, by the Matrix, then you can just send him, and he'll come get us as quickly as possible.
Well, thank you. Look forward to hanging out with you, Marbles. Can anyone else see him, or is it just...
No, he's visible.
Okay.
He's material.
starts-
I
It's like
never know
playing
what
with
the
marbles.
rules
I don't
are
know.
for the magic thing. Just...
All right. So where roughly do you want to get set up in knowing the area where the van is?
So the van is, what, like across from the Humbout place, or is it...
No, it's where the valet parking is.
Oh, okay. Just right in front of the...
Oh yeah, you cannot
Right below
drive
the
down that
cross.
street right now. Well, traffic only.
Let's see. There is a bar and grill up a caddy corner.
Yeah.
So I'll just buy myself a little drink and go out on the patio there. I have enough gymnastics that if I need to scale down, it's just one story up.
Yeah.
And there's like, there's balconies. And
Yeah,
stuff.
totally doable.
Geodude could help me if I needed it, so I'm sure. So that way I get a good, and I send the Strix drone up and start surveillance runs there. It's not armed, it's just doing,
Yeah.
but it focuses most of its time on the entrance from the Orc Underground.
So it wasn't entirely clear exactly where the entrance from the underground is supposed to be. So I'm assuming it's post alley.
Yeah.
like you keep going down that, and then eventually you get further, and then you go underneath the buildings. And so that's where more or less they'll be coming from. It's that little alleyway next to. Someone just pull up a Google Maps image of this area and post it in chat so that you guys can all know
It
what
still
we're
smells
talking
like
about.
bubblegum, right?
Oh, it definitely.
The
There
gun's
is
still there.
Yeah, the
the
theater's
gum
still
is
there.
still there. The gum is slowly eroding the wall, so they just patch it with more gum at
That
this
makes
point.
sense. Isn't
I
that?
think the gum has its own astral signature.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%. It is disgusting and full of feelings. So, are the rest of you three, are you gonna head in and go to the meet location?
Fang.
So you greet the driver in the van will kind of give you a little nod and taps his button.
Oh, is this a secret signal?
Button. I got the button. Button. Who's got the button?
Me. We'll tell you that story later.
So you kind of make your way into the Orc Underground.
I want to run. I assume we've gotten there before the polls open.
Yeah. Poll opens at 8.
I want to just run some basic matrix perception, perhaps an extended test to look for devices that perhaps shouldn't be there or trying to hide. So explosive devices like we've encountered before, jammers that might be trying to interfere with vote transmission of any kind.
Nothing shows up in the sort of the first hour of the morning segment. So we're gonna kind of run this in a few segments. We'll assume that each time you go in and out, it's probably 30 minutes to an hour, somewhere in there. So you probably, it's probably about 30 minutes to get all the way down there and then get the people out. So the first few runs that you do when you go in are fairly uneventful. It's quiet in the morning. Most people are just commuting. Nothing too significant happens. And then things start getting busier towards around the market, and there are more people. And so as you are approaching a more populated area on your second run up, you go down there, and the first group of people are like, wait, who are you? Are you okay?
We're just here to make sure you get to vote.
I'm very confused about everything that's happening.
Come with us.
You don't have to be confused. You have a sin. You're privileged.
Shh.
Go and
Don't.
vote.
I mean, this is my first time voting.
Nice. Is this a orc or a troll or?
It's an orc.
Well, congratulations. It's exciting.
Yeah. I'm kind of worried about. I don't spend a lot of time outside of the Orc Underground. They're humans, people.
Would you feel better if a shark in a pantsuit were holding your hand?
No.
Great, get in the van. We're just gonna drive.
We'll make sure you get there, all right? We spend a lot.
To be clear, this is on foot. You
Oh
should
wait,
not be
okay.
driving.
I
it.
am really confused then.
Nope.
Okay.
Nobody's driving the van.
Like
That's
you can drive in and out of the Orc Underground,
I'm
but it's
just
not easy.
confused.
There's fewer entrances
Okay.
that have
That
vehicles.
seems better because I didn't really
access.
want to try to convince
Yeah.
someone to get in a van.
Let me try to understand.
We have candy.
There is the Orc Underground.
Yeah.
And it's like a half-mile walk from the van.
It is literally underground.
No, I know, but we have to go on a
No,
trail.
the underground's-
Van. Van is
you're
like
thinking of the Seattle Underground. The Orc Underground is bigger and goes under
Right.
Place Mark.
I know that part, but the van where people are voting is not underground.
No, it is on the
So,
underground.
so we are taking people from the entrance of the Orc Underground.
No, you're taking people from inside, from under, the
Okay.
bottom, people who are this is where I live.
Okay.
And it's like a door-to-door sort of service, and then you're escorting them up, and then eventually where the mean people are, and then
we're taking
to
them
the
back.
polling place, and then you're taking them back.
Okay.
So here's the thing. We'll just walk along with you, just to make sure you feel comfortable. You don't have to go with us, but it's probably safer to go in numbers.
The dwarf seems really angry.
Well,
The dwarf.
Is that
The dwarf is always angry. That's,
My stature is small. My hearing is fine.
he's Canadian.
Oh,
Is he?
I'm sorry.
Let's just get you to your.
I would like one of you. In fact, I would like all of you to give me a negotiation.
May I add thumper dice?
You may add as many as you like.
Am I still shiny, by the way?
You are not.
No.
Not unless you've asked.
There's 2 months to go, I think.
Yeah.
Lauren?
Yes.
Oh, right.
When I see the group go underground, and I'm fairly confident it'll be about 20 minutes before they come back up, I assess
15.
how's the line.
So they go under probably before the polls have opened. So there's a handful of people that are showing up that don't appear, probably aren't from the Orc Underground, although, so there's, let's see how many are in line at this point.
I have
Before
5.
it opens, there's about 7 people in line.
Okay. Get in line.
I have 5 thumper dice, and I am going to use them on this roll because I do not want this mission to end this prematurely.
I rolled 2 thumper dice, and I got both hits because the thumpers understand how important it is.
Yeah. To vote. Did you use any thumper dice?
I did not. No.
I would also allow you to do etiquette if you would prefer, which I know for Cromwell makes a bigger difference
It does.
than negotiation.
So I got 2 hits by adding the thumper dice, but adding the thumper dice also caused me to glitch.
Great. Okay.
3 hits.
Sorry, thumpers. I tried.
So 3 hits.
2.
2 hits. And how many?
2 hits and a glitch.
Okay, you glitched. Oh God, you're so uncharismatic. So this poor orc is just
I thought
very.
we did a good job.
I think I might wait for a different group of people.
There is no other groups.
It seems like maybe I can go later in
Wait,
the
is
day.
the dwarf making you uncomfortable?
I don't want to say that because I think it's racist.
Well, no,
It's
this
racist.
But you're just staring at me.
We're here to
and
protect
yelling
you
at
from the dwarf as much as anyone else.
me.
So how about the
For
two
having
of
a
you
sin.
us take you?
I had to apply. It's not that hard. Do you want help filling out the paperwork for a sin?
I don't do paperwork.
We can do it online.
I think this. I want to take their face and make it look at us because I want.
It's happening.
Just go with the troll. It'll be fine. Am I intimidating now? I think I'm intimidating now.
Intimidating. Roll it. Roll it. At this point, there's at least one person that was part of this crowd that just backed away and entirely left.
You guys are gonna get arrested for voter suppression.
I'm gonna add 3 thumper
It's like
dice.
10 in the morning.
Not yet.
no,
7
this
open.
is 7:45.
I get-
7:45.
I get
thought we already
3
had a few
of
successful
my
rounds.
intimidation of just go with the troll. It's gonna be fine. I want them to feel like I'm
You
pushing them.
use 3 thumper dice, or
Yes, and I got 3 total. I feel like I'm
6,000 new yen well spent.
pushing them out of the helicopter to be like, you can do it.
Okay. okay, and then she'll like turn to her friend and be like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna vote for the first time. We've never voted before. And the friend's like, yeah, I mean, it'll be fine. Like, what's the worst that'll happen? Like, he's big. He'll protect us.
Right.
How are you not nervous? And because of your first relatively successful persuasion of these individuals, so you bring let's see, how many do you take on your first trip? There's only 3 that go on your first trip. You think that some of the other ones are going to other polling stations, or they're late risers. We're gonna vote later in the day. And you get them there. There's nothing particularly bad happens, and the word starts spreading out after you bring them back that you guys are not completely crazy. These are 3 people who will help you get there. They're actually pretty nice. Just don't talk about having a sin in front of the dwarf.
I assume I voted with that incident.
Yeah, I assume you are eligible. I think so. I'm pretty sure that's how it would work. Yeah. Like looking at the page of the rulebook in my head.
Can I have a side conversation with you, Mordecai?
Yeah, so you probably have to wait a few minutes in line while they are, or you're on your way back and
Sure, Fang.
take some space.
Does that mean I should find something to do?
Go away for a little bit, yes. I need
Like, so
How you guys doing down there?
Huh?
So you're blind and Mordecai, I understand that this causes distress for you, but I want to this is the first time where I feel like we're taking very, very small steps and we're making all these people feel like they have a part of this world.
Doesn't it bother you, though, that we don't get to be a part of that world?
I'm not looking at it as you don't get a part of this world. I'm looking at it as all these people now get to, and we're getting closer to that perfect world. Do you want to be a part of this world?
I just want to get the job done, Fang.
No, you don't get to blow this question off. Do you want to be a part of this world?
I don't think there's a place for me in it.
I don't agree. When we get done with this, you can vote for me.
You can vote?
Yes. I had that when I was able to, because I worked for Lone Star, and then I was convicted and I lost my chance. I want you to vote for me.
That's illegal.
No, he's just gonna tell me who to vote for.
Okay.
Because I think
It's still illegal, but hard to prosecute.
Yeah, you can't prove it as easily as you can prove the dwarf going in place of
yeah.
Shot
I mean, he can illusion himself. It's fine.
Oh god, no.
It's not.
There are definitely biometric scanners involved.
We'll have a big trench coat, and then
we
we on
rob
the top.
police station.
I'm suddenly interested in this plan.
In all serious,
You
are one.
It's not about the vote. It's about being a sin, having a sin or being sinless. You know, we're not people to them. I don't know. Like
I understand.
maybe it's different for you, like having a corporate sin, but most of these people with national sins, we are pollution to them, and we are nothing more than the flotsam and jetsam that gets in the way of their world.
I understand that you feel, and I will be very honest with you. I am probably younger than you. I think I am.
You're definitely younger than
And I have not lived the life you have. However, to me, Big Papa, you're such a large part of the world I live in now that I can't imagine that this place wouldn't be better if your input. I mean, Let me try that again. Your input will fix.
Bang, I don't even think I'd still be part of this group if it weren't for you.
I just want you to understand that while you might not feel important to the Metroplex, you're important. And when this is over, whether you want to do that paperwork or not, I will be behind you on that.
Okay.
All right, they're ready to go.
Okay.
This is great.
Yeah!
So your next group is slightly larger, and we'll say you've taken a few other groups in the meantime. The first few were fairly uneventful. This next group is slightly larger and mostly trolls and orcs. There's maybe like one dwarf, because why not?
Are you trying to appeal to my better angels?
I am.
Is that-
I am.
There aren't many dwarves in the underground because they had a big fight
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
some point in the past.
So he's probably a
you know,
very
but,
grumpy
like-
dwarf.
there's a few.
He's a dwarf, and like he's like hanging out with his boyfriend, and it's cute. And they're gonna vote together because this is the first time that the orc boyfriend has ever been able to vote, and they're very excited. And they're gonna hold hands and do it together. Because voting is important.
Yeah.
I don't think that's legal.
It's legal.
There's a-
Next to each other without looking. They hold hands up until they have to stop. It's cute, damn it. This group, however, as you approach the surface, and you go past a group of individuals who fairly quickly begin, like, you hear. I mean, give me an auditory perception.
I don't even know how to.
My drone.
Yeah.
That's
If
just
you're
your
trying-
regular
at
perception
this point,
unless
they
you've
probably
got-
can catch up with
I-
them. It's
Just my
regular perception.
perception without the blindness
Except-
simultaneous.
Yeah. For Cromwell, it's important that it's auditory.
Oh, good.
1.
2, but it was a glitch because of
2.
bad luck.
But
Well, we can't hear anything.
1, 3. So Mainframe hears mumblings of like, fuck these fucking trogs. Like as they're watching this group of people.
Language.
You guys have got bogeys on your tail.
And Cromwell just hears, fuck you, trog.
What? Who said that? Who said that? Which one of you said that?
Can you even
geez.
tell?
As you go past the group.
Jeez.
And one of them's like, whatever. And he starts, God, like, it hurts me to say these things. Trogs are worthless and they shouldn't have the right to vote.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Can I judge intentions to see how?
Cromwell berserks.
I was just about to
God.
tell to see if he could throw a punch.
I shout back at them, the right to vote is an illusion anyway.
That makes him stop. I guess my roll, judge intentions. Do I see that you're about to punch somebody?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, judge intentions.
I'm not
Judge intentions.
I haven't been physically attacked, but I'm berserk, so I think I'm going to charge at whoever just said that.
There are 4 of them.
4 of them. I want to charge, and I just wanted to like clothesline as many of them as I can.
How
You could
close?
probably get 2 of them with your arm span.
Do any of them have personas in the Matrix?
Actually, I take it back.
Give me a quick perception.
The one who said that,
Uh-huh.
I just want to pick him up.
Okay.
Can I use?
Give me a grapple. You're running. You're charging for this, so you can get
I
2
would
bonus.
really love to.
They have icons, but they look like they just have regular comm links.
Yeah, but I could tantrum them maybe.
Yeah. Tantrum, I think, only works if you're in VR though, because it's giving you biofeedback, and you only get biofeedback if you're in one of the forms of VR, because otherwise it just filters it out.
None of them are. Do I see any smart linked weapons on them?
No.
Are any of the astral signatures magical, by the way?
No.
Yeah.
These are like super mundane people
Yeah.
that just
Yeah.
happen to be
Yeah.
really racist.
They're just racist.
So,
They're just yelling slurs at you.
So-
This went exactly how I thought it would
So-
go.
7 hits to
I
pick
can't-
him up.
I really.
You can You can do an interrupt, but with a 4 dice penalty.
Me?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm like
7
trying
hits?
to-
Oh yeah, no, you have barreled into him unless Claudia can provide the necessary
I
hits.
assume it's unarmed combat?
Unarmed, yep.
Right.
I'm trying to shout back at them, and Cromwell just goes barreling past.
I know.
This is
I'm
everything I thought would happen.
completely
Hey, this isn't that bad.
surprised.
2
What are you?
Not quite enough. Your net hits are 1. Net hits are 1.
for
I
trying to
added
stop
your
him.
hits and his hits together.
Oh,
I'm just picking him up. I'm not.
Yeah, so okay, so you grab him, but Fang like
I
kind
just
of
want to
has,
put
like,
a hand
I'm
You're-
gonna
to
just
try
like
grab
to
him
Fang's-
and pick him up. In the
Fang's like holding your arms behind you, so like if
To
you
try
try and
to
punch
stop-
him, you're gonna have a disadvantage, or like kind of
Yeah.
if you try and move him. So you are holding this guy, and he's like at this point kind of yelling and screaming. A lot of cuss words are coming out, mostly a lot of the word trog and drek, and just like, you piece of drek, put me down, you can't do this. Ah!
You do this, you're gonna be what they think you are.
I am what they think I am. I'm a trog. I'm just a worthless trog who can't control his violent impulses and wants to smash this guy's face in.
And like his three friends behind them, they start posturing and are like, put our friend down, but they are clearly not armed.
No.
And they're like yelling, and one of them, give me a matrix perception.
4 hits.
One of them is definitely putting in a call to like 911.
No.
An assault is happening.
want
I'm
to-
gonna use 2 thumper
I want to-
dice on this berserk check.
Okay, you're
One more.
2 to thumper dice on the berserk check.
Wait, are you?
Did not help.
Nope, still berserk. Great.
I'm so confused. What is happening right now?
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Great. So go
interrupt.
ahead and try and break his comlink.
I'm glad you tried. But mainframe, do it, please.
I got 8 hits.
Your net hits are 5.
Oh, thank goodness.
Great. With my current build out, that means he takes.
Your attack rating plus net hits, I'm pretty sure. That was brute
I've
force,
got
right?
hammer on there too, so it's net hits plus attack rating is. That's.
Oh wait, was it brute force?
Yeah.
It's 1
Oh, I
damage
didn't roll all
per
those. No,
2 hits.
no, actually, no. I didn't use. I rolled 13 dice.
Data spike?
I was doing data spike. Yeah.
Okay, so data spike is
And I forgot to roll 2 dice.
yeah. So it's your attack rating and then 1 per every 2 hits for your
Great.
net. So your net hits were 5, so that's plus another 3.
Okay, and I get
Attack
plus
rating.
2 on that, so it's 13 damage.
13. It resists it, but
How good's the comlink?
it was a rating 3, so not great.
Because they're mundanes.
So it is bricked.
How
Like it was a shitty comlink.
how obvious is it that Cromwell has gone berserk to us? Like,
Give me a
my judge intentions
judge-
was not good. It was 1.
roll another 3 dice for the fact that at this point you have seen Cromwell go berserk many times.
I think now I've glitched.
Give me a berserk test.
Oh no, that's not.
Oh god.
I don't even want to look. I have 3 hits, so I don't go berserk.
Thank
You have a
goodness.
moment where you see the rage in Cromwell,
Oh,
and
God.
you're trying to do this through. I'm gonna say this is what happened. You were like sort of sensing a little bit, like trying to get a read on his emotional state through his astral signature, and then you felt the rage. Like the rage came to you, and it was like a burp that you weren't sure if you were gonna let it out or swallow it back down. So there's that bitter, acidy taste in your mouth. On the plus side, though, Cromwell's definitely berserk.
I just quick question.
Yeah.
How hard would it be to suplex a troll?
To suplex?
Yeah, like I have a hand.
Like
on.
pull his arms apart?
No, like lean back and like slam. Do like a backward.
You would need to make an unarmed. You'd need to make a strength check, I think, first, and then an unarmed attack. That's an opposed test. So, and the strength check would just determine if you have the strength to lift him.
I don't know if that actually fixes you being berserk though.
No, it would. I mean, he's probably gonna calm down if he's not hurt for
That makes sense.
a round or so.
While they kind of stare each other down, are there any other comm links that I should be breaking?
Right now you don't see anyone else that is immediately attempting to call. Like the person you see them send you hear one of them yell like, my comlink got bricked. Like it's on the fritz. I can't call. You need to call the cops. Let our friend go. He's like, let me go, you friend Trog.
I'm going to use all
Has
of
it
my
been
charisma.
3 seconds now?
Yeah.
Do I have to keep my hold?
Cromwell seems to calm down a little bit.
I will use all of my charisma to attempt to defuse this situation.
Do I have to roll and try to keep hold?
I'll attempt to intimidate. I'll say, look, this isn't the fight you guys want. Go take it to Ballard.
Roll and intimidate.
While he's doing that, good measure. How many other comm links?
There's 3 more.
Great, so I'm gonna fork 2 of them.
4 hits.
Hits. See, he's pretty mad, but he's also pretty scared. They like one of them's like, so one of them, the one whose comlink was as far as he knows is on the fritz, is like, oh, this isn't worth it. Like we should probably go. Like we can't call. Like we don't have backup or whatever it is. And he's like, oh, if he puts me down, I'll leave.
Are you sure? I could escort you to vote if that's what you want, because you have a right to it. Do you feel safe? Do you feel like you might be intimidated? Because I'll be happy to carry you all the way to the polling station.
Put him down,
myself, okay? And make sure you get into that bus. Maybe for one of the windows.
He's like, just put him down, all right? We'll leave you alone. And
oh, well then that's all I wanted.
They sulk away, mumbling under their breath, not quite saying the word trog, but they're exactly what I thought they were, blah, 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 blah. They're nothing. They can't control their anger. They're barely human, terrible things. God, they're horrible. The things I do for you.
Ooh, me?
Me, the GM. Play these people. Makes me really uncomfortable. All right. You successfully escort this group of individuals to the polling place. Thank you. It gets really old hearing that, whenever you leave the Orc Underground. I've seen those guys around before. One of them will say. Is
this the gay dwarf?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one who's from the Orc Underground? He's
he lives there with his boyfriend. It's like, it's really tired of hearing that about my boyfriend. All right. So your first one was successful.
I mean, questionable.
Our second
there
one
was
was
a second.
successful.
The first one went uneventful.
That's
then
2
there was
down.
the second one.
Then there was a second one. So the first one you successfully convinced people, and then it was uneventful, and then it was eventful.
Is it like 11 now?
Yeah, it's probably like 11
Okay.
Lunch.
I thought it was gonna be like 8:30.
a.m. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. You did a few more that were slightly less eventful.
Lunch.
You break for lunch.
You guys go on. I want to stick
No.
to the job.
Lunch.
I'm good.
No, you're gonna get grouchy. Lunch.
I get some pierogies for him and shove them in his hands. Just like, "Ugh, eat
All
something.
right, I suppose I should raise my blood sugar.
They're
Elsie
good.
sends you a text. Is it going well? I had to be at school. I'm taking my tests.
We're learning lots about civics.
Oh, good. Tell me about it, quick.
Can I text him and be like,
Don't
They're
suppress
a
votes.
joke.
I'm so confused. What do I put down in my essay?
Put down civics are a joke.
Okay, thanks, Mordecai.
uh,
Are you gonna ask Elsie a question?
not anymore. Not after. You can't fleet up civics is a joke.
So you guys break for lunch. It's lovely. You maybe chat with a few of the people that are at the polling station. It's fairly peaceful right now. Nothing too crazy is going on. So you head down for another round of escorts, and you head out. And as you're
When they go back,
Yeah.
when they go down in the tunnel, after about 10 minutes, I do a scan each time to see if I notice anything that's weird.
so far, nothing weird has popped up. You're comfortable from that perspective. The second group or this time as you're, you bring them actually to the polling place, and then things go pretty well. But as you're heading back this time, you encounter a fairly large crowd of people that fairly quickly start yelling toward, things like you shouldn't have the right to vote. I didn't vote for Prop 23. It's bullshit. The Orc Underground shouldn't exist. And then a handful of them will start getting in your space and very clearly trying to intimidate. And give me a visual perception. You can give me a matrix.
Am I doing astral?
Glitch.
Oh,
Glitch with 1.
Glitch.
Wow.
6.
I see everything.
What?
I still got more than the blind troll.
Still got more than the
All
blind
my
troll.
dice.
Dropped a die.
I just gum wall.
It's cool. Yeah, you're distracted by the gum. So yeah, in that little gum-wally sort of alleyway, there's the resonance of astral signatures from saliva past. Fang is distracted by the smell
I'm
of
putting
gum.
more
I
gum.
thought that thing looked bad before I was looking at things on the astral plane.
They're like reagents now for toxic shamans.
Oh
You
my
don't want to kill them.
god. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Dumb shaman are the worst.
Gum.
What do we
Gum
see?
shamans are the worst.
What you see, and you have the highest. Fang sees nothing.
Nope.
You notice both of you. You had 5, right? Yours will be slightly different. So the two of you notice that probably in the crowd, and there is, let's say, how many people are in the crowd? It's too small of a number. There are about 8 or so people in the crowd, and of them, 4 seem to have some sort of weapon on them. Might be, it's hard to discern exactly what it is, especially you're at a slight distance. It's likely, you don't get the impression that any of it's heavy duty weaponry, but it's knife, like a combat knife, maybe a pistol or something
Nothing
like
smart
that.
linked.
Yeah, there are 2 smart linked pistols.
I want to brick them.
Great. From the astral signature, you get kind of, compared with the other group of people, you get a bigger sense of intention that these people have violence in mind. That they are not opposed to physically attacking the group.
I want to immediately drop a thermal grenade, smoke grenade,
Okay.
kind of between us and them.
Lucky that you're mostly with orcs and trolls.
Well, the thermal smoke, it's between us.
Yeah,
Even
it
people with
also-
thermal vision cannot see through thermal smoke.
Yes.
I was going to ask if any of them are awakened, but I guess that's pretty irrelevant now since a grenade has already been deployed.
A smoke grenade.
A smoke
to be
grenade.
clear.
So the smoke, you drop the smoke grenade fairly quickly, and the smoke begins to fill that area of the alleyway, making it almost impossible for everybody to see. I think you have a minus.
It's -2 for astral vision.
Great.
It's-
-5, I think, for regular.
Yeah, I think it completely conceals. I mean, it's
Equivalent to the blindness.
smoke. Yeah.
It's blindness.
So I think it's a -5 to visual perceptions and to your dice pools. And that will affect your drone as well.
For vision.
Yeah, but for Matrix, you're fine.
Matrix, I'm fine, and I would like to use 3. I'm not going to wait for anything. I'm just going to go ahead and try to break those 2 smart guns.
Great.
The less lethal the crowd is, the better. I'm going to use fork, so I'll attack both of them at once. Ooh, nice. I use 3 thumper dice, and I get 8 hits
So your net hits
on that spike.
on both of them are 6.
Excellent.
So it's an extra 3 damage value to your attack program.
Great. That's 13 damage they have to defend against both. Oh. And on the Matrix, just make it look like little buttons, little righteous little buttons. Not that anybody's looking.
Like voter
but-
buttons?
Yeah, little voter buttons. Like
so
rock
you
the
managed to brick one of them completely. The other one is almost done, but it looks like it'll still work a little bit.
boat. I'll take care of that in a second.
So you guys, you dropped the grenade. Do you two want, either of you two want to take an action?
I wanted to perceive astrally to see if there's any of them are awakened or anything like that.
Cromwell hadn't noticed that. None of them are awakened.
Okay.
We should get out of here before they find their way through the smoke.
How many people are with us again?
You are escorting 6 people.
All right. So using astral vision, we'll just sort of like grab the hands and sort of like
What's happening?
stay calm.
Come with
tight.
me if you want to live.
And vote. They'll go home.
Give me some sort of social check, either intimidation or negotiation.
Not leadership.
Actually, leadership. Yeah, no, leadership would be good.
I will not talk to anybody. I will just stay where I think the last person was and make sure that they move. So I will try to move to like the back to be like, wall.
Okay. 4. What's your?
I'm gonna do etiquette or you said perform or etiquette or what?
I'll take etiquette or leadership
We'll use
or negotiation.
2 hits.
2 hits. So the one you managed to grab on just like 2 people's hands and just kind of tug them and they're like, okay, you must be the dwarf because you're small.
God damn.
And one of them that you like try and grab their arm, like immediately pulls their arm out and just like swings wildly at you.
Oh, good.
All right.
So reaction and intuition.
If there's ever a chance for you to dodge.
Has it been long enough yet for me to try to break the other gun?
Right after this action.
Great.
3, 4. 4 hits.
4 hits. You actually land a hit on you. You need to resist. It's I was not anticipating this. It's strength.
Is this a formality?
You need to resist 5 stun damage.
It does nothing.
Yeah, great. They punch you. They land the punch. They're like, what did you do? And we're gonna say that this happens just before you brick them. One of them is gonna attempt to fire a shot blindly into the crowd.
Great.
So there are, because all of their friends are behind them.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
convenient.
so they're just kind of aiming at anyone.
But
there
still,
are
that's
3, 6. That's 9 people. Let's see.
that's
it hit.
so shitty.
That's how fear works.
All these people are under my protection, by the way.
They take a shot at one of the civilians.
No one can. I can't see.
Yep.
How can I
But
be?
aren't they also impeded by
Yes, they are.
They still have to take the minus.
Yeah.
5.
And it goes wide.
Oh, thank goodness.
So
And now the gun is bricked.
Yeah.
And
I
now
mean,
I
I'm
have an
gonna
attack
assume
on the
that
other
happens.
gun.
Great.
Can you barrier?
5 hits.
Yeah. I'm shocked by this.
Yeah, your net hits are 4.
Excellent. So that's 12
Perfect.
matrix damage.
I'm shocked by this, and I instantly throw up.
So you brick the first gun, and the second one actually still makes it.
Well, I thought I already bricked the first one and I was attacking the second
So you
one.
brick. So you've bricked 2 now, and then the third one, right? Because you. Did
Oh
a
yeah,
fourth.
there's
assumed
more.
the
I thought you
third
said there were
one-
only 2 guns.
I did. You're right. There were only 2 guns.
So they're both bricked.
Yes.
Yay.
2 smart linked ones. They are both bricked.
I'm shocked by this, and I instantly throw up a physical barrier
Okay.
between them and us. And we'll make it
Don't mess up.
force. We'll make it force 8.
I can walk through a barrier.
It's not a physical barrier. It is an actual barrier.
I'm going to spend a point of my edge to re-roll the misses on this because
Okay.
it was bad.
And I just take a quick moment. I found 2
That's
smart guns
wonderful.
in the crowd. They're bricked, but I think you guys may have already heard one of them.
Yeah.
I get all 8 hits after spending my edge, so
Great.
the mana doesn't want to course through me correctly at first, but I summon my inner strength and channel it correctly, and I don't suffer any drain from it. And sort of you can't see it in the fog anyway, but or the smoke, I should say. But if you could see it, there would be sort of like an orange hueish, sort of smoky barrier between them and us now.
So I assume you guys will then use this opportunity to.
Go up
Scatter.
L. Go up L, everyone
No.
who wants to vote.
We want to.
You're
We've already
taking
voted.
them
We're
back.
going
They're
back
going
home.
Oh, this is the backup. Go
Go
down
up
L.
Go uphill
down.
if you want to vote again. Otherwise,
Downhill.
There's also a barrier in the way.
So you end up detouring, taking a slightly different route. You hear them like wailing against the barrier. Clearly they don't have guns anymore, so they're mad. And then eventually the sound stops, and they have huffed and gone away to, probably try and harass someone else.
Can we call the
Can
police
I
on that?
clip the video of the aggressors and send it to Dana?
Yep. And she's like, oh, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it. We'll work on that. So you have successfully helped two groups of people. One group was more of a moral, like, feelings thing. But this group of individuals are very grateful. They are, many thanks. One of them will probably give you some sort of, treat. They're like, I bought this chocolate at the market. Here, thank you. I don't have anything else.
No, keep.
I don't need chocolate, but voting's harder than I thought. Better to be ready than not.
Okay, thank you. Really appreciate it. Good work. Fist bump. And then one of them's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. I was just really scared, and I thought you were trying to attack me, and I didn't know what was happening. And
I just thought you were fooling around. I hope I didn't hurt your hand with my armor.
It's a little sore, but it's fine. You're a very sturdy troll.
Is that a compliment to trolls? Like, you're sturdy?
I'm pretty sure.
So, they're an orc. They're like, I've punched many a troll before, but you're the sturdiest one I've punched.
Aw.
Well, thank you. I'd like to take the credit, but to be honest, it's mostly the armor.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Maybe invest in some of it.
Always wear
Troll
armor to
tips.
the polling place.
Poll tips.
Actually, here, you want this? I pull out my backup shield, the one I keep in case Lauren breaks my shield.
Okay, in fairness, I let you Captain America a grenade with a shield, so the shield broke.
And we didn't die, and it was a good trade.
That was flashback. That was when we went underneath a
Theme park.
park.
Yeah, the Horizon
Oh,
Run.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was the thing that happened.
And you hodord.
So many traps.
I'm like,
That was when we first learned the importance of code words.
Yes, grapefruit.
I give him my shield, and I'm like, yeah, start with this one. It's pretty inexpensive.
I like it. Yeah, this is good. Smash the shield a little bit more. Great. Friends have been made. Shields have been gifted. You are now -1 shield.
Can their Shadowrunner name be the shield?
Yes.
Coming in 2,290. I don't know what he's...
Oh,
Take
Jesus.
away ways in the
Fang.
future. We're gonna have to wait for that one.
All right. So you will continue on your merry way. Let's see. What do I want to do?
Y'all
for
link
this one?
arms and skip back out of the Orc Underground.
Yes, they do. Singing "There's No Place Like Home." I don't know. Time progresses. You've had your lunch break. It's getting mid-afternoon at this point. You've made several trips. Most part really going well. People have been giving you really solid feedback.
Is there like a survey?
No, but every time you go back there and take people to the polls, they're really happy about it. So this time, because it's fun, just a little different every time. A little different. This time, let's see. Are you on your way in or out? You're on your way out with another group. This time you're cutting through. You end up having to cross through kind of a major area, and you once again you see a fairly large crowd, and there's already some sort of altercation happening. There seem to have been some individuals that were at a protest, and there's the presence of a number of knight errant police, which you know that you don't want to get caught by.
No, we're not allowed to.
As you are, the unfortunate position is that you more or less, because they seem to be marching essentially past that polling place. So things are going to get a little heated for a moment. And as they do, there's kerfuffling begins. That's not a great way of putting it. But people start shoving each other. There's some yelling. There's a lot of getting in people's faces, and you have to guide your individuals through. At least one person's going to shove one of the people that you're escorting and push them down and yell a slur, call them a trog, and try and spit on them.
How far away are they from the voting place at this point?
Probably 100 meters.
Was the person hurt, or were they just kind of pushed down and spit on?
Just push down and spit on.
Okay.
Just. That's a pleasant experience.
Cromwell's just gonna step over them and kind of shield them.
Okay.
See if the person decides to punch him. He will look as intimidating as possible.
Give me your intimidate.
I'm gonna use 3 thumper dice, because
Don't look scary
for
enough.
as big as he is, Cromwell's not that intimidating. Maybe because he wears a bowler and a tuxedo. It is 1 hit.
You like step over him and go, "Excuse me, sir. Could you kindly
Excuse me,
please
sir.
not do that again?"
Good day to you. Good day to you.
And they're like, "Fuck you," and they hock a loogie at Cromwell. At you,
That's fine. That's a
spit in your face.
All right, I summon up my biggest troll spit, and I spit that in their face.
Oh, can I escort the poor person who was pushed down?
Yes.
Like, this is my chance to be like, go, be free.
I basically am trying to distract this person long enough for that person to get away.
Excellent. So the maneuver will work. It'll probably land on him, and he's going to take a moment and decide that maybe, like at that point, one of the knight errant guards like sort of starts corralling that part of the crowd to turn down another street. And they have the presence of like riot shields and batons, and so he's like, and like moves the opposite direction.
That's what you bring to a polling station, not katanas.
You still have your 2 katanas.
Yes. Don't roll anything. Don't do it.
Are they licensed?
Do you have a
Walk
license?
around with licensed katanas.
Sure, I got her at least one sword license.
probably.
I definitely have a fake
So
license
one of the
for
knight
it.
errant guards, as you're dragging, like taking someone off, is going to like grab your arm. Do you have a license for your weapons?
Yes.
Give me. You're not lying.
I'm not lying. I actually,
So-
I mean, it's.
Give me an etiquette. Etiquette for interacting with a cop.
Well, I do have law enforcement tactics. Can I use that
I
as a
will
bonus?
allow you to use that.
Thank goodness.
Add your law
Otherwise,
enforcement
I roll
tactics
0.
to your charisma.
0.
What? Just to be
You
clear,
have 3 thumper dice.
what is we don't want to get caught by knight errant, but like
Yeah.
caught in what's like.
In the sense that they arrest you for fighting, disturbing the peace.
Okay, but like what by just escorting people, we're not.
That's fine.
But carrying illegal
But
weapons.
carrying an illegal weapon is illegal.
All the time. I'm hoping the threshold is 2.
I need to see your ID.
Great. I will start fishing for that.
So you eventually like get all of this out, and like the cop scans it, and it passes muster because you are in fact Shell Glasgow.
Yeah, and Shell Glasgow totally does not have a license for her katana, but you know
Is that
who
the
does?
ID? What ID do you give them?
Fahara Smolk.
The one with all of the licenses?
Yes.
What is the rating if that's in?
5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I was really expecting a lower number.
No, I definitely thought 2 was good, and then you
Negative
told me
2.
Are you like,
2
all
was
right,
bad.
which one?
No, I definitely was like, you know, it's like where you're like, have this
Who am I today?
this one, and then you also have the real one. I was like, oh.
So you successfully convinced the cop that you were carrying legal weapons, and he's like, "You should be more careful in a crowd. You might cause some trouble." And then they let you go.
Thank you, officer. Walk quickly, because I'm feral.
You're feral? Wait, you're feral?
No, I'm Farahana.
Law enforcement tactics,
I mean,
folks.
I'm angry, but you hide it really well.
Sounds like Sharky.
I mean, that could be my nickname.
Farara.
Faraha Smolk.
Sharky singing like Deck the Hall.
Farararara.
This escalated quickly.
Is that Marvel's?
Oh, Lauren.
If we have a goal for a Christmas Carol, and
I will sing. I don't know what the goal needs to be, but figure it out. I will sing Deck the Halls as Sharky and Marbles. I will record that for you.
will you
That
mix?
will happen.
We
Excellent.
We will do that.
We will do MMFEC Carol. I've just nominated everyone now to be part of this.
Some amount of money next week.
We'll figure it out next week.
What a holiday.
All right.
So, now, past that event, the protest moves on through the streets of the Seattle Metroplex. Time marches ever forward. The sun is beginning to set, and then eventually has set because it is winter in Seattle, and so it is
It's like
4:30 p.m. It is 5 p.m. now. The polls will still be open for a little while
Till
longer.
what time?
I think you said 8.
Well, 8. It's 8 to 8. It's 12 hours.
That makes sense.
12 hours of pulls. That seems right. That's what it still is. It's pulling.
But it's that thing where if they're in line, they can't get turned away.
Yeah.
So
If you get in line at
longer
8.
than 8.
Yeah. Then you can still vote. So you are bringing with you another group, and at this point you're kind of waiting around for them to vote. They're in line, and you're gonna bring them back. This group was pretty big, so it's gonna take a little bit longer before you get to take them back. Go ahead and give me your matrix perception.
Oh, no.
Just so we're clear, I will resummon Sharky as soon as the sun sets.
The sun is set, so let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
We'll assume that he was already there.
And so Edge comes back overnight.
Yeah, you need to actually sleep.
Right. I may just re-roll that because it was not
6,
very
6.
perceptive.
Hits are 4.
Are you gonna vote?
I can't vote. I don't really have a sin, but the way I see it, like, look, we took down a governor. Our vote counts more than almost any of these chummers. So this is their day to make a difference, but we make a difference every day.
Like, theoretically, this wouldn't be happening had you not done that.
Right. So in exchange for my sin, what I get is a lot more control over the system.
Did you have a sin at one point?
Not a UCAS one, to be honest. Well, for a little bit, Elsie's family made me get one, so I could get into social events, but I gave that one up a long time ago. And the elves of hold on, let me up this person over here.
So, I'm, my job is basically to be monitoring things, but it's been a long day, so I almost nod off, but then blink back into it and get 6 on matrix perception after using an edge.
So you
Force myself to focus.
So with your 6 with matrix perception, you spent a little bit of time watching, and it's been a little bit hard to tell because there's a lot of comlinks, there's a lot of people around, but you get the sense that there's an actual persona, like there is a matrix persona, and you haven't seen one of those yet. Pretty much everything's just been people's icons on the matrix, comlinks, but this would be evidence of an individual that is like jacked in with VR. So that's a persona. I would also like everybody to give me a visual and or astral perception of your choice.
See if I can do it.
3.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with my visuals,
Wow.
but
Yeah, you were doing good.
I think I did like one of those 5-hour energy shots.
Yeah, well,
just now.
and you have a drone. So you will. Where are you currently located? Are you still in the cafe across the street?
I'm so I've rotated locations, but I'm back up in that on the balcony of the grill that's overlooking where the voting booths would be.
Okay, so if you were looking at the current map that you can see, yes, can you see it?
And
That
so
map,
is
yes.
okay, so that's the alley. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
so,
on the corner where I'm on the corner of the building, right next to that orange guy upper.
The flash is where Post Alley is.
Yeah,
where it goes
so
down to.
you see the guy,
Yeah.
the orange guy
The
on the
blue
far
building?
right.
on
Oh.
the blue roofed building.
I'm on
Yeah.
that building. Yes.
Excellent.
Is there unrevealed stuff?
In the sense that
Yeah, we don't see
No,
the blue
I
roof.
mean, like-
we just see.
It
Sort
may
of
need to
black.
be refreshed.
you don't see any people.
No,
We see the people. We just don't see like a detail of the terrain.
Oh, that one might need to be refreshed then. Yeah. Okay, great. So
It's just
Up on that building.
you are up in that building. Perfect. I can place you so I know where you are. If anyone else, does everyone else want to tell me where they are?
Where would most people? I feel like
Probably
we'd be
right by
protect-
the bus if
Yeah.
we're making sure our people are voting.
Okay.
I think I would be a little bit further away, trying to keep like the perimeter between like the van and whatever crowd of like random pike placers are. That way, like on the edge where there was a, you know how you said that this was a non-driving area on that barrier. If it's
Okay.
close,
Yeah. Yeah.
to keep like my vision surrounded constantly.
You guys should be showing up. All right. And Mordecai, where would you be?
So where did Fan go? Sorry.
I went on the
be
perimeter
showing
between
up.
the non-walking.
But I think because you
Yeah.
refreshed, it's all just refreshing.
I see mainframe though.
And technically, I'm in the
Yep.
corner of the building.
There we go.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Cromwell.
I'm up there.
Go with me.
Perfect. Oh, you're in the corner. Okay. North corner or south corner?
North.
Okay. All right.
Yes. That.
Mordecai, where would you be? Are you okay with where you are, Cromwell?
Yeah.
I'll probably split the difference between Cromwell and Fang.
Okay. All right. So, based on where you guys are, Elsie might have shown up at some point because it's like after her classes are over. So we'll assume she probably joins you at some point during this day.
Coming to steal our
Everybody, roll a surprise.
Ooh.
You were surprised?
Roll a surprise, and you guys can each add 1 die. You can add. What was your total? It was 6, right? On perception. You can add 2.
Wait, can we all add one?
Add 1 to your surprise test. It's reaction and intuition.
Oh. I realize I make that noise whether it's good or bad, so I'm sorry, internet.
6.
Great. So both of you sense an astral signature.
Son of a bitch.
You sense both. You sense actually 3 astral signatures that would pique your interest. One is human, and is a mage, and then the other 2 are barghasts.
Those are bad.
And you can't quite pin down exactly where they're located right now, but you get the sense that they are towards the south and are coming from. They're coming from the southwest, from that road, like from around the corner. So you are not surprised when by this.
Scream doggies.
Fang, what was your total on perception?
3.
3. You are also not surprised.
Yes!
Because where you are standing, you see some individuals who are coming from around that corner where the pedestrian area is, who are beginning to draw weapons.
Like what kind of
And you see the arc of a flashbang grenade as it slowly travels through the air and detonates.
Wish I had my helmet.
Ah.
I decided to not wear my helmet, so I'm less scary.
So what we will convene to next time is the sound of an explosion and the beginning of surprise and combat.
Oh, wait, that's the end. Okay.
And that is where we will leave rocking the vote.
Wait, this is a cliffhanger.
It is!
It is mainly because we took so much time
We would have got
not Shadowrunning.
slightly
at the
further
beginning.
into this encounter.
She actually had 3 more maps she thought she was
Oh,
going
that makes sense.
No, but guys, this is page 2
Oh.
Hey.
here.
Oh, good.
Well, that's actually really
Somebody
good.
please screen cap that and take all the notes for us.
Good luck, I write very lightly.
On a side note, really, again, sorry about springing a accidental run on you. We'll talk about it.
Part of you was like, yeah, no, this will be easy.
Like I thought, oh, this is just like a snatch and distract.
She
Distract and
was
snatch.
just as calm about it as she is when she's like, "Hey, let's go get our feet eaten by fish."
Yeah, like
It's
let's
like,
should
I
do
need
it.
you to break into evidence
You
storage.
need a simpler downtime story, like starting a 2 billion Nuyen Foundation that employs armies of shadow children.
Yeah. I'll talk to you about
Yeah,
that.
because I don't have to do any planning for that.
I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll say
Yeah,
like,
no, it's
we'll talk about it.
just a little bit of a surprise.
I feel
Here
bad.
you go, Rai. Oh, guys, don't go anywhere. Rai's here.
Yay!
All right, guys. I just gotta say, we all 100% support the idea of a hyper RPG Christmas album. I'm glad you guys are spearheading this, motion.
Album?
Excellent.
An album?
Oh yeah, well everyone's got to get in on it.
I'm not producing that part of it.
Oh, don't worry, we got
Oh,
plans.
Wow.
I think we need one
How the
for
worm
the
has
MFEC
turned.
and one for just the spirits.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us for Shadowrun Corporate Sins. We're about to get into some corporate warfare stuff, and then Horizon coming in trying to take over. So thank you for the bits. Now we are going to go over the things going on publicly with the corporate war, and by the end of all this, basically, we're going to see what happens here. After I get through it and the tips, we'll decide who has won for the night, and see what happens with corporate sponsorship as well. And then after that, we've got Claudia waving. After that, we've got Honesty Hour. It will be myself and Zach
with you.
talking about how the turkey is carved at Hyper RPG and all that.
Yeah, now I can see you, chat. Hi, chat.
Hi, chat.
Hi, chat.
Hi, Chad.
Hi, chat. Hi, Thumpers.
Yeah, today it was very lovely or chaos. Exactly.
Thanks, Chaos Looney. Cromwell's on your side.
Everybody in chat saying hi. That's so nice.
They like us sometimes. I mean,
It'll get very naturally.
All right, so we're gonna have a lot of rolling today from
Oh!
you guys, which I'm excited about.
Good
Like
noise.
I heard
good thing we ended on time.
a lot. You heard a rumor, Cheryl?
I did.
Ooh. Is
Just
there
that
any-
I would be rolling something.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was like,
No, that's the whole rumor. It's not very
Brad
exciting.
Pitt.
Brad Pitt's here.
What?
Oh, Hyper RPG!
That explains a lot.
Car breakdown?
Yeah.
That's so weird. Your cross stitches are great.
They're really pretty.
Yes.
Oh my god, they're so awesome.
They're
All right, starting it off tonight, As Technology saw a 3% gain in their magical goods subsidiary. So congratulations to you guys.
Works.
Division of Technology.
Division of Advanced Technology.
Yes, of course.
To be clear,
Not to be
not
confused.
some other.
And
Subscribers!
What?
Twitch Prime! Woo!
Yeah.
Where's our date?
we gotta-
Oh, wait. Do I have
Oh,
to do
you'll
the song?
get the dancing.
Get the dance link.
Twitch
Oh, wait,
subscriber.
it'll just be a second.
That was really good.
Should we just do that every time?
I hope someone clipped that and
Somebody
records
wanted the
it
musical
and then sends us the
episode.
MP3.
Good job. Thank you for being my haven.
What?
Honey.
She turned down the music.
Perfect.
Wow.
All the time.
I love that she just turned off the music. Like, no. This is just too much.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
All right. Cheryl, I need you for some rolling.
What?
I
Wait, when you come
I
back, can you
heard
bring
of
my
it.
water bottle with you?
When you come back, can you bring Brad Pitt? Because I heard he was at the studio because there's his car.
Yeah, where is Brad Pitt? I promised Brad Pitt.
All right.
too many rumors.
Also, guys, if you're wondering what the heck the corporate war is, please feel free to ask questions in chat or in the corporate court in our Discord for Hyper RPG, and you can learn all about it. Now, all right, Cheryl is going to be rolling for Aries. This is for some research in law enforcement. So let's let the D6 fly. Not bad, 6. Okay, they got a little bit of a bonus going here, though.
Thank goodness for that.
That is good. Ooh.
Your side looks so
I'm
lonely.
afraid. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna cut it though. Yeah, well, they don't get anything for it, but you know what? They don't lose anything for it, so that's pretty good too. Alright, so we're gonna be doing another one of those.
All right. Oh,
All right, yeah.
Several more. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
let's do better. Do better.
Here we go. You guys
Got
your
this.
round.
I don't like these dice.
Too bad.
That one
Oh,
was not good.
actually, you know what? You're fine, Cheryl. Now that I realized that they have a bonus, you get to roll a D4 right now.
A D4?
D4, D4, D4.
All right, 1% has been gained for Aries.
Oh!
Could be worse.
Yeah,
Could be
hey,
worse.
1% of a subsidiary that has over 60 billion nuyen, so it's pretty substantial. Also, all right, we're gonna be rolling one more
One more D4.
for law enforcement. Here we go, D6s. Yep.
Roll
Let's
that
see what happens.
Oh, I think
All right,
I
that's
didn't
gonna
find
be
Brad Pitt.
that's gonna be a win there. So let's
hard
roll that
enough?
Yeah.
D4 again, see what happens.
Did you look underneath the couch?
3%. All right, that's not bad at all. The max, of course, being 4% on the 4.
That's always where I lose.
The
right?
1d4, so that is excellent. All right, and stick around because you're rolling for Horizon.
What?
All right, Horizon now is researching cyberware. Interesting. I've heard a few things about this, but that's all I'll say.
Hey Horizon, how you doing?
All right, that is unfortunately not gonna cut it.
I used all my good rolls in the
Yeah,
game.
you can't get above a 6 with 2d6. Come on, this is the time. You got this. I believe.
I heard a rumor this isn't Cheryl's day for rolling.
Oh,
playing 80s either.
I like this 80s music.
No one's ever gonna hire me to roll dice
It's the
again.
best thing I've found recently on YouTube.
Yeah, this 80s music is on point.
Are we gonna get muted?
No.
So.
Instrumental and it's
All right.
Awesome.
Horizon's getting nothing.
Nope. 0.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Nothing. Horizon.
All right.
you got your water bottle. You just took
Now, Lauren, you're next up. You're rolling for Evo tonight.
What? I didn't know you could do
I
that.
heard Lauren actually really likes rolling dice.
pretty good at it.
Yeah.
All those, like,
are you?
8s and
I don't
6s.
actually think
All right.
so.
Actually, you can take any d6s. You don't have to take the ones
I
that
could use my
provided.
d6s.
I
I
could
don't
be-
know who's touched these.
You know, it depends on how you feel about Evo.
I'm sorry, Horizon. I wanted to roll better, but I used it all in
it's
the
not great.
game.
Okay. That's.
tell you my
that-
roll?
Yep. You can tell us.
It was 4.
It's 4. So it's not gonna get there, I'm afraid. Let's try some new dice. Blah, bad
Try my
dice.
puppies.
Not,
Guys,
table.
let's
What's
roll
so
above a
hard?
6.
Guys,
Let's
throw
roll
one
above a
side of the
6. No,
Okay.
it's not, I swear.
Let's see. Slightly better.
Hey!
7! That
All
is
right.
above 6.
That's gonna be a win here for their biotech is who you're rolling for Evo. So let's roll 2d4 and see what happens. It could be anything.
Wonder which
Between
one's
1 and 8. Hey, okay, that's not too bad. 5% increase for a level 8 subsidiary is very solid. A very modest,
Welcome.
You're
welcome, Evo.
gain.
I think.
And that's it, because next up is Claudia.
What?
Claudia.
People rolling doors.
Right? I know.
crazy.
Watch out.
How do I get there?
Claudia, you just go around.
This way, maybe?
Don't jump over
No,
the table.
no,
Do
no,
not
no,
jump over the table.
Ride Brad Pitt over.
Claudia's pomp has a lot of pomp tonight.
I have bedhead today. I want to shout out because my
You're not on camera yet.
Get in here. Get in here.
my dad's on the chat and he said like multiple times, why don't you say hi to me on the internet? And I'm like, okay. So this time I saw you and you're a great person.
Wait, what's his name on the chat?
You can figure it out if you want.
Claudette.
Is it Claudette?
I'm just gonna assume he's the guy who
Nice.
called me Rai Rai the
Silly
sexy
Sunny
guy.
resub hype. Thank you as always, Silly Sunny.
All right, you're gonna be rolling 2d6 for Neonet for their consumer goods.
No,
Consumer bads is more like it because you're getting nothing.
but
All
it
right.
wasn't negative.
You didn't totally lose it all. So let's
Going on
give
with
their
the
biotech a
rolls?
chance.
You blow on them?
Did Zach bathe in these dice? Like, what happened?
Yay, there we go. All right.
There we go.
That's a win for their biotech. Now, if you could roll 2d8, we'll see how much they gain.
And Claudette's got a subscriber badge,
Aw.
Ooh.
He's the nicest.
Claudette.
I don't like a 6-month subscriber.
too. Yeah, that's a
we,
long-term subscriber.
I get a lot of my
Legit.
humor from my father, so that is this an 8-sided? No, this is a 10.
I just pictured your dad like
Yeah, that's an 8. That's a. yeah.
stabbing at things with swords.
He's
Very
cool.
high pitched.
You can do that again.
We're gonna need a
Hey!
Shadowrun parent support group.
13.
All right, so far, Claudia nailed it. 13% there.
Here we go.
Way to go,
Okay.
dude.
Thank you.
All
Can I
right.
leave now? Or?
That's it for now.
Bye, Neonet.
It would take me about 2
And
days
internet.
to teach my parents how to
Internet.
log on to Twitch.
All right, guys. Also, news for Shiawasse, their law enforcement increased by 10% and 11% respectively. So very good increases for Shiawasse. Whooshing. You know, Whooshing should have done really well today, but
Should have.
Shoulda, woulda,
Wait,
coulda.
isn't that one gentleman a part of Wishing?
Yeah.
that one gentleman. Now,
Gentlemen.
in there's a few. For their energy, they gained 8%, but in their shipping subsidiary, this was just hugely disappointing for me. They got the maximum amount you could get for like the initial roll, which is a breakthrough where they get a bonus, but then they rolled 2 1s.
Oh.
They got 2% increase in shipping. Sorry,
The ships were good today.
It was a good shipping
It was a
day.
good shipping
the
day.
shipping's back, but not for Whooshing. And now in finance, they also gained 4% in that subsidiary as well. Very decent actually for a level 9 subsidiary. And as well, Renraku had a huge week. They had a 28% increase in their shipping. So no wonder there was so much shipping today.
Oh, yeah.
That explains it. Now,
That explains it.
there were some losses in the market today. Strangely, we saw a 17% loss
Whoa.
and a 10% loss for Mitsuhama's law enforcement. which is pretty teeny tiny.
Huge.
Yeah, they only have like 11 billion in it. And also, I got a special request that I wanted to honor, but then realized that I couldn't because Janine's not here today. But would someone like to roll for Janine? We're actually gonna do something we don't usually do and roll some attacks.
I think Tony probably.
You
could roll
probably
for
touched her hand last.
Yeah, I feel like you of the group, you probably physically
Yeah.
touched.
All right, you will be the Janine surrogate.
Your
She can get-
smile has to be enchanting, though.
Now, I can't tell you
I
exactly.
don't have a blonde wig.
I can't attack you.
You just put your hair over his head.
who you're rolling for or any of
That's
that.
how the hair works.
Oh. Chair. Yeah. But all I can say is that this is definitely could be a big deal. So let's roll a couple d6 and see what happens.
All right.
Which d6 did you roll?
It's just your horns.
And he can't see himself on the monitor when he
Yeah.
turns around.
No, you're perfect.
Mouth
Don't ever
level
change.
is.
I'm just gonna do this.
I'm actually this tall. I'm 10 feet tall.
Nope.
No,
All
it'd be
right.
great.
I'm rolling what?
So you are going to be rolling 2d6.
Am I announcing these rolls? Since we don't even know who they're for.
Are they secret rolls?
Whoa.
Hey! Holy crap! That's the best I've ever seen rolled for this.
This thing that
Oh
nobody
my.
knows. If it's you did well. If it's not you, sorry.
So this is actually a real shame for whooshing.
Oh, hey.
This is not whooshing's
Sorry, we got
week,
distracted by
apparently.
planning a musical.
Wait, this
Sorry.
is not Whooshing's day.
Oh no.
No, someone attacked Wushin!
I rolled. Can I tell him?
Yeah.
It was 2 6s.
Oh,
Whooshing.
Yep.
Captain Moore.
Oh.
Good. Not good.
He's not involved in this attack.
I didn't even
I don't know.
think about this actually working out so well. Well, for somebody, not for whooshing. So let's see here. Do you have any positive feelings in your body for whooshing?
They have good tea, which Cromwell likes. But outside of that, they've not been real nice to us in game.
They made a pop idol concert. Let's
Well-
be honest.
Then you might really enjoy the fact that you're gonna roll 8d8 to see how much they lose in heavy industry.
8d8.
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 I think there's only one.
Yeah, he's not.
He's
He's
shipping,
so he's safe
fine.
right now.
Everything's fine.
safe.
Everything's fine.
Whooshing down the drain, says Soulful Right, which
Ba-da-ba.
Yeah. All right. 8 of these. Okay. Wait, that's 9,
that's
so
not a
that's
D8.
not a D8.
That's
Okay.
all right. Hey, it's okay.
There we go.
figured it out.
The 9 always gives it
4.
away. All right, we got a 4.
4,
4.
2,
Okay, we're prepared.
5, 8,
23.
4.
27.
What am I on?
Oh god.
6.
How many dice
wait,
have we
wait.
rolled?
Just roll.
Claudia, how many
Oh,
times have
God.
I rolled?
I'm counting how high we're at.
Well, no, I was counting the total number.
I was 30. I mean, we got to 33. I'd say we rolled.
Roll
Chat,
roll
how many
again.
dice were rolled?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's rolling one continuously. Oh, chat. We'll just wait for chat.
I believe you
Yeah.
just rolled 6 times.
I think
No.
you might have rolled 7.
I feel like it was only like 4. 7. 7.
7.
One.
A lot
that's
says
what
7.
I think it was only 4
I
7.
think I rolled 7.
Okay.
So one more. 4.
Does anyone remember where we were?
33, now 37.
Okay. Wow, so that's a 37% decrease.
Yeah, there's pretty high consistency on one more being what we should roll.
One more roll.
One
more
more roll.
Hope I like them.
Get the D8, not the D10, not the D6, it's a D.
Turns out that one wasn't on whooshing though. So,
What?
So we totally botched that, and by we I mean me.
What? So wait, it isn't whooshing that's whooshing down the drain. What
We're
is
gonna
it?
have to do a re-roll on this one, guys, to make it fair.
No, but that was-
so dramatic
that
and
was-
interesting though.
Wait, we're
Oh my
So
God.
confused. What is happening?
but we
I'm
did a
like,
musical.
because I can only
The
say.
D8s don't work.
I think a dragon
D8s.
just appeared
Oh,
above.
great.
right.
Dragon appeared.
Do you guys do the back in time noise? I think. I heard you guys- Great for thank you for
I
joining
sure
us.
am
Of
short.
course, for this important segment in which we are finding out what is happening to Renraku's heavy industry.
Oh.
Renraku, of course,
Oh.
being the one who's in trouble.
Do you ever have deja vu? weird. Listen,
Like someone glitched the Matrix.
Yeah.
Glitch the Matrix.
Not me.
No, that's fine. You can keep your D6 result.
Oh, okay,
because,
good.
That doesn't matter.
I
Okay, so this is gonna be.
don't hate Renraku, to be fair.
You know, I don't
like
hate
their
them
robots.
either.
I'm glad one person picked up my Little Mermaid reference.
Oh yeah, we definitely all heard it.
But they're gonna get attacked. So we're redoing these
Yeah,
rolls?
so it's gonna be the attack rolls here, and so it's gonna be slightly different. Instead of rolling 8d8s, which you previously did, and it was awesome, you're just gonna roll 2d20s.
2d20.
That's all. Just 2d20.
Back of this.
Keep it down.
Yeah, this is so much easier. I like
All right.
this.
1.
Wow.
Robots survive. And 5. So only 6.
Well, that was way less dramatic. That's
Renraku
cool.
robots
Crusaders?
against attack.
The Pig Crusaders are raiding.
Attack?
We are under attack.
Oh no!
Defend.
Defend!
What do I do?
Shock attack. Quick,
Ah,
bunny
shock
rabbit,
attack.
huddle together and hide in your burrows.
Do I need to bring the katanas? Do I need to open a katana? There's one over there. No.
Beat those Raiders and Raiders. If you don't know, this is Hyper RPG, and we are just finishing up our show Shadowrun Corporate Sins with a little bit of results from our corporate war.
There's so much happening.
Look at us rolling
Defending.
dice.
Sharks!
All right. This one's gonna be 2d6 before we get into it.
2d6.
Yep.
Can I fall and then fall and hit your
7.
guys' screen?
Yeah. No, but you gotta like fall down.
Yeah, no, that's...
All right. Nothing
Wait, you
happens
needed to
there.
have your
And then
feet
can you
come
roll
above.
2d6 again?
I'm not that talented.
Okay. All right. Then can you roll
Raid.
one d4 for me?
Raid. Let's man the stations, men and women, all genders and everything. Oh!
Oh my gosh, all these raiders. Keep defending.
Hey.
All right, it looks like it's gonna be, I'm seeing there's a crawling Cheryl. I'm seeing
Go back over there, I'll be your body.
a 2% decrease.
If I had a nickel for every time.
Satyr Krupp, I'm sorry, you're
This
losing.
will be
You're
great.
losing 2% in your heavy industry. Which, it's not the end of the world because you guys have like over 60 billion.
No, a little over. Other way.
What is?
They're doing exquisite corpses on the screen.
Oh god. Thank you for that.
Wait, Clyde.
Okay, what am I doing?
I'm gonna be your body.
Okay.
You've totally lost control. Thank you for the 10 months, useless rogue.
All right,
That's
I think
amazing.
you're gonna have to repeat that result.
Yeah, I don't think that
Because
came
we're
to...
dancing.
I'm sorry, Satyr Krupp. You're probably distracted by the dancing, but you lost 2% in your heavy industry.
Good timing.
Could be worse. At least you got like over 60 billion in that,
Did
so
what
I
I
don't feel that
could.
bad.
Okay, let's pull back together. Okay, can we end the raid? Let's end the defending. Let's not welcome them. Yeah, we do that. Yeah.
All right, guys. If you don't know what the heck you're looking at,
We must be in a really bad place when Claudia's the one trying to maintain order.
Clip it. Thank you guys so much for your raid. This is Hyper RPG, a feel-good, interactive, cooperative channel.
Feel good channel.
It makes me warm and
guys,
fuzzies.
this is Hyper
Also, there
RPG.
were several resubs, so thank
Yeah.
you, guys.
Welcome, guys. This is Hyper RPG.
We all got it.
Where we all
nailed
repeat
it.
ourselves.
Now, I like that we had a really coherent front, united together.
Please, if you love RPGs, you're in the good place.
There you go. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Let's move on to tips, though. Here we go.
Wait, okay. We're not gonna tell them any more about Hyper RPG? Okay. It's surprised.
Table.
Shakalaka!
Boom!
Shakalaka!
Boom!
Shakalaka!
Boom!
Shakalaka!
Boom!
Shakalaka!
Boom! Wait, when do we end?
Whenever Ryra starts talking.
This is Hyper RPG where we make a lot of noises with our mouth. What do we got here?
And with other parts of
And-
our body, that's frequently.
It's true.
It begins with the mouth.
Yes, if you don't know, stay tuned. If you want to learn about Hyper RPG, the best way to do that actually would be stay tuned. Hang out with us for Honesty Hour coming up at 10 p.m. It's going to be myself and Zach, our overlord and CEO, kind of giving, as always, our state of the channel where we address all your questions and concerns, tell you what's going on behind the scenes here at Hyper RPG. Yes, we do RPGs. Yes, we do video game content. Yes, we do developer-focused content. Yes, we do discussion stuff. But we also like to maintain a really awesome open level of communication with you guys, and that's why Honesty Hour exists. So check it out.
Yeah.
Now, yes, for the tips, guys. Thank you all for the support, as always, for Shadowrun Corporate Sins. It's really awesome. You guys help us have all this equipment and all these awesome people and an entire game outside the game dedicated to it. So thank you guys so much. So starting it off, we've got Vorak with a great comment here. We got William TW here. $60. Here are 6 dice from Neonet to help you all go Mordecai, Mainframe, Fang, Elsie, Cromwell, and go Lauren.
Aw, thank you.
And from Ishavriel, 5 dice for Cromwell from Seder Krupp, 1 step ahead.
Nice, thanks.
Wait, is that it? 1 step ahead of the bed.
One swing ahead of the sword. I steal only what I can't afford. And that's everything.
She's got a wolf sword. You idiots. We
Oh, got a wolf sword.
Anytime you're ready.
No, I was enjoying that. Paladin Hulk, thank you for the $10. For Lauren, is the best DM, blah, 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 blah. Oi, govna. I like that. And Barco Malarco, $30 Fang in case you need to dance again this episode.
I technically did not, but I appreciate that I have 3.
And Paladin Hulk, $10 do it Fang, go off the rails. You're the main character, the story goes where you go.
We're gonna have a conversation in the car.
We always have conversations in the car.
And Prosperous Guard, limerick message for Fang. I'll help Fang erase her crimes. I feel this is the best of times. We have the shark, plus Lauren's snark, and I will lend the power of rhymes. Hashtag Thumper Pride. Thank you. And from Aronzor to $30, Cromwell, Mainframe, Mordecai, thanks for saying hi.
Yay.
And thanks
Nice
for
to
coming
meet
studio.
you.
Yeah. And KB Tibbs, $70 shipping donation, 2 dice for Mainframe and Captain Moore, 2 dice for Fang and Lottie, 3 dice for Lauren to make Talia fight Mordecai.
Well, that worked.
Just makes you feel sad.
And from Couch Warrior, $20, MMFEC subtly is their middle name. Hashtag Lauren. Hashtag Ask Technology. Well deserved. And $50.
Well, F is the letter in the middle, so.
Do you mean
F
subtlety?
stands for subtlety.
Thanks for the resub.
Resub, yay!
And from Stowe, $50. Hashtag Mordecai, vote Sharky 2076.
Hey, that's a good idea. Thank you so much.
I dig that. And that is all the tips. So now it's time to find out who the heck is in control of this show tonight. It looks like it's none other than Horizon.
Woo!
You know what? Let's find out what happens.
What happens? Roll that dice. What happens? We'll see. What?
All right, you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be a chance for redemption. Cheryl, you're coming back to re-roll one of their failed rolls. Wisely, and there's the tiny chair here, but
I'm gonna
Not
take a
fuck
different
this.
set.
all right, this is for Cyberware. Horizon's getting a second shot to make a gain.
Oh. Where's my trumpet with the mute?
I think I should get points for creativity.
Did you hack the dice?
I did hack the die.
Back the dice.
Yes.
That actually will yield results this time. So, congrats! You don't even have to blow the dice over. All right, so that is going to be a modest gain. So let's find out how much they are going to be gaining. I will need you to pick up 3d8 or just 1d8 rolled 3 times and roll that.
I think there's only 1 d8.
Yeah.
So
D8s
find
are
the
the hard
1d8.
ones. Are they they're not the ones that look like tops.
this one.
Wow. It's pretty.
Let's find out what they're getting. What? Wait, I didn't see
That
that
was
one. Oh, okay.
That was 7.
All right.
9.
Up to 9.
Another 7.
Hey, 16%.
I don't know how much it is. I ran out of fingers.
You know what? No matter what you rolled, it would have been way better
Than 0.
Yeah, exactly.
It is infinitely better than
So
0.
congratulations, Horizon. Thank you for sponsoring this show and being part of the corporate war.
Yeah.
You certainly have deserved this one.
I have a limerick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Your snap
I wish I
fingers.
just had to change slightly.
Okay.
Horizon was sad when they were winless. Mordecai's sad because he's sinless. But no one can beat Zach's college treat because the sadness of Zach was quite endless.
There we go.
Movie.
It's not just role-playing games, it's also limericks. Also
Sometimes
limericks.
songs.
Lots of times.
Let's talk about that Christmas
And
album.
references to.
Yes, let's talk about that.
So guys, we are going to be, talking in private, of course, about the Christmas album. But we're going to go offline for a second and then come right back up at 10 o'clock with Honesty Hour with Zach and myself. Can't wait. Be there. We're going to have a pretty intense conversation if this morning is any indicator. All right.
Wait, we had
Did
to
you
do our
rehearse?
sign-offs.
Oh, yeah. Hey, who the heck are you?
Oh, me. I'm Dan Poslins, at Dan Poslins on Twitter.
I am Cheryl Platts. I am Muppet Aphrodite on Twitter and Twitch.
I am Lauren Random Tuesday or Random Choose TUES on Twitter and then Twitch.
Hi, I'm Claudia, or Jackie Dash, JAKIDASH, on both the Twitter and the Twitch.
I'm Tony Beeman. I'm at LBeefus on everything.
Yes, and quick reminder as well, be sure to catch Claudia Friday at 1 p.m. on Anime Blast.
That's right! I have another show!
Yeah, she's gonna be playing some Final Fantasy 15.
Yes!
Which you have?
I've only played like 30 minutes and it was watching, and it's so much feelings all the time, and they're on the road.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. So stay tuned for that again. And quick update as well. I will be hosting weekly affirmations tomorrow night at 6 p.m. With the Mav Show, Kit the Traveler, and Jel, who you may remember previously from being a member of Death from Above. It's gonna be a really great episode, and we will miss Strix, but there is something coming up, and I'm happy to replace her. I'll do my best.
It's gonna be a positive, feel-good show.
That's right. Check it out. Freeform Indie RPGs. It's going to be a good time. We're playing Fiasco. All right. We'll be right back.
They deleted my MySpace page. Goodbye.
Oh.